Sorry.
So Hayden Kerr on strike, I think. Yeah. So on strike, Brasher. Hello and welcome to DXC Arena in Darwin, TIO Strike League. Third match in this league competition. Desert Blaze up against the Northern Tide. Should be a terrific match. Hope you can stay with us. My name's Charlie King and joining me in commentary is Nick O'Reilly. Hello, Nick.
G'day, Charlie. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here. Looking forward to a great game.
Should be a beauty too. Let's send out an acknowledgement of country. I'd like to acknowledge the Larrakia people, the traditional owners of the land we're on, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and I'd like also to extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching this broadcast. So the players are out there. Kerr's going to open the batting, Brasher at the other end, and the bowler is going to be Hammond. Should be a good match. Nick, you're absolutely right. I'm looking forward to this one. First ball works it around the corner, no run. What do you think par would be here? 140 maybe?
Yeah, it looks like it's a lovely night, Charlie. There's a bit of a breeze coming down towards the airport end.
Flicked it round the backward square leg, scampered through for a single. So first run on the board to Kerr. And now the field changes all over. That suggests there's a left and a right-hander batting. That's exactly right. This is the left-hander Brasher, Dylan Brasher.
Yeah, young up-and-comer. Young Dylan Brasher plays down in for Victoria.
So it's a cool evening, isn't it?
Yeah, it is as the sun goes down, and that breeze, as I said, it's coming down towards the airport end. It's actually quite nice.
So bowler coming around the wicket then and strokes it out to extra cover. No run. These field placings there, sort of around where they normally are, so they sort of go anywhere they want, really. This is down the field. Diving effort there. They scampered through for a single. It was a good shot down to mid-off. And the throw wasn't the best one over the top, but the backup fielder was there to tidy it up, which was pretty good.
Yeah, Charlie, we haven't had too many evenings lately up here in the top end with a bit of a breeze, so it's actually quite refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Brought out the mozzies though. This one tossed up, pushed out to mid-off. Yes, we do get the mozzies for a while, don't we? And the other thing that happens, Nick, late, sort of early in the evening, is the dew settles here and it actually affects the grip on the ball. So we saw the effect of that last night. This is over the wicket again. Roll of the wrists, send it out, going to get 2 runs here. It was a good shot, picked up a couple, could have gone for 4 except the fielder got there to field it. And the throw was a good one. So 2 more runs to Kerr. Takes him to 3. Brasher on 1.
That's the end of the over.
Good over. What'd you make of it?
Yeah, it was good. Good, nice steady start from the Desert Blaze. So we'll be looking to push on in the next few overs, Charlie. I think yeah, it's going to be an absolute ripper. Yeah, hopefully the wind sort of takes care of that dew, Charlie. Hopefully, if that wind stays up a bit.
I don't mind the breeze because the days get a bit hot, don't they? And then in the evening, you just get this little period for about an hour and a bit where it cools everything down, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Matched by the setting sun, so it makes it even seem cooler.
Yeah, we get some cracking sunsets out here. Up in the top end, and we might be able to see it a little bit later on as the sun goes down. But
and this is Austin Umperston bowling from the airport end. So those of you who are watching and have been to Darwin, we're at the airport end of the AXC Arena, and the other end we'll call it the TIO Stadium end because that's where the TIO footy stadium is. So here he goes, Umperston. He's a right armer, he's bowling around the wicket, and that's hammered away. No run there, went straight to the fielder. It's a good shot, good ball.
Yeah, Upperston plays at Waratah up here in the top end, and Port Adelaide down in South Oz. So opening batter too, Charlie.
He does.
Opening Charlie.
He's an all-round.
He does it all, and that's what we love.
And part of the game. Upperston runs in, past the umpire, bowls the ball on off stump, and hit down the onside for a single. A little bit of a fumble, misfield. The umpires we should mention: Rob Stewart and John Ganane, and the scorers. Nick, who we'll be relying on all night, Cheryl Owens and Tim Angus.
Yeah, no pressure if you're listening in the scorer's box.
There's a replay of it. It's outside the off stump. Hit across the line of it a bit. Didn't get a run though. 3 runs to Kerr, who's on strike. Humferston, so as Nick told you, local player, plays for Tars. Their home ground is out at Gardens Oval, for near the casino for those people near Middle Beach. Up his shot and diving effort. I think he's caught that. He did. He picked it up. It was a great catch, and he's on his way. So Kerr is gone. Early strike for the Tide, Northern Tide.
Yeah, it just looked like a bit of a leading edge from first glance there, Charlie. As we have a look at the replay now, yeah, and just pops it out, and yeah, Upperston strikes early.
That was called by Hammond, the other bowler, so the bowlers sorting it out between themselves.
Yeah, they're getting the job done tonight already, so that's good. Desert Blaze wouldn't be entirely thrilled with their start, but
well, that's the start you want, don't you? Keep the pressure on. We need the incoming batsman to give us a look at his back. We need to train him up and say, as you're walking out, just do a little,
do a spin,
mini shuffle,
yeah, even a dance.
Give us a chance to have a look. Although the scorers will look after it, I'm pretty sure they'll have it up on the screen here before we even know it. That was a nice catch.
I think it might be Max Hatzaglu, a young fella.
The wicket keeper.
It is.
He working with us last night in that very seat you were sitting in. Boy, doesn't he know these players.
Yeah, he'd know him inside out. He's a very excited young man to be up here. Of course, he's doing some bit of work on local radio, producing for a well-known show. So he's enjoying his time up here, Charlie, by all reports. I'll not speak to him. He might not leave.
So the first wicket fell at 5. So he'll be pretty pumped. Upperston runs in and bowls outside the off stump. And that ball didn't really get up to the wicket-keeper. I mean, he took it down around his shoelaces.
Yeah.
Really. It was on the drop. And Hatzoglu's got a brother that's doing pretty well.
Yeah, he was, Pete, I think, was playing at Melbourne Renegades, just been picked up a contract with Perth.
Humferston outside the off stump, slashes at this one. Appeal, umpire not interested.
He put his head straight down, young Max.
He'll be very mindful of us sitting here.
Yeah, he will. He will.
Wondering what we're talking about.
I've been revving him up all week, Charlie. It's fair to say, as we just saw Joel Morrison in the background of that shot. The great CEO of ANT Cricket doing a fantastic job.
Isn't it great?
There he is in the background there, sitting there with his Yeti.
Just love the cricket.
Yeah. He's done an extremely good job, hasn't he, Charlie?
Really, indeed,
with
got to say. Yeah. But you know what? It's just not matched by interest from local people, but that's not a criticism. Darwin people, for some reason, are not that interested in cricket. He's Hatzoglu getting off the mark with a single out into the covers.
Yeah, that'll be good for Max. But yeah, you're right, Charlie. There's,
well, we had a test match and no one turned up. We had a one-day Australia versus Sri Lanka here. And a couple of thousand turned. That was it.
Really?
Yeah,
how long ago was that?
Oh, quite maybe 10, 12 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Test match against Bangladesh. People didn't turn up. Yeah, just disappointing. Cricket's not in their thinking, but more games like this and it gets coverage. And people come down and have a look. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's
Nick,
great,
isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a great spot here. As I said, we'll see the sunset later on setting. You always see a ripper sunset here, and come down here, enjoy a bit of food, and a few quiet drinks. It's always a lot of fun. Local cricket, and it's a good brand too, Charlie. There's some of the players out here running around, you know, played at the top level.
So ball bowled again, and he leans forward. This is Hammond. Dart through for a quick single. We were talking about this with Max last night about when you play these shots, if you hit them hard, the chances are you're not going to get a single, but if you hit them soft, it'll roll slow, give you time to...
Yeah.
He was sitting in, I was seeing him scratching his head, and I was thinking, he'll probably do that when he goes out.
Yeah, let's see.
So this is Brasher on strike. He's on 2. Hatzoglu's on 2. Ball out through the covers again.
Yeah, just a bit of a misfield there, and the Desert Blaze crew just snuck through for a very sneaky single.
I called that the covers. That'd be for a right-hander, but for a left-hander, but for a right-hander, that was more mid-wicket. Here's to the left-hander, so he pushes it out into the covers. Well, let's say that's the cover fieldsman because he's mid-wicket and he's the cover fieldsman as they change ends. No run from that. 1 for 8 after 2.4 overs. Steady start. Straight to the fielder.
Yeah, good bowling here from Hammond, just keeping the pressure on.
And not trying to bowl that fast either. He's got the breeze with him, I think. Let's have a look what he does here. Bowls a bit of spin, off spin. Little misfield out at point. And Hatzoglu through for a single.
Yeah, a couple of misfields in that over and sneaking through for the 2 runs. So they'll, Northern Tide will definitely look to tighten up in that department, Charlie.
And we had a good game here last night, Nick. I've got to tell you, game 2, Storm took on Cyclone. The Cyclone Storm made 8 for 134 and the City Cyclone 7 for 131. Went right down to the last over.
Is that right?
In fact, I think the 3rd ball of the last over before the match was won. And Mac Wright for the Storm hit a magnificent 63 off 44 balls, and he batted beautifully. So you just enjoy a good batsman in, you know, doing his craft out there.
Yeah,
enjoy it. So Hatzoglu on strike.
You tried to go after him there, Charlie?
Yep, didn't quite get it.
No. You see there, just didn't quite get it off the middle of the bat. Young Max.
He's got it on middle stump, his bat. Had a bit of a look at that one. We should have set him a challenge last night and said, you know, after a couple of overs, see if you can hit a 4 or something.
Yeah. Hit it down to the commentary tent.
Yeah, hit one to us.
I'll be jumping in front of you, Charlie.
So Umperston bowling tight, has a wicket.
Kick outside edge.
Yeah, it's off the outside edge. It's going to roll away. It might go for 4. Big chase out there and not able to get to it. 4 runs. Hatzoglu.
Yeah, first boundary for the evening. It was thick outside edge. Ran down past, as we have a look here on the replay, just ran down past where that sort of first, second slip would usually be. And down for 4. Good result for Hatzoglu.
Safe shot with no slips there. He'd be very much aware of that. It's a good shot into the covers.
He's just getting his eye in. Young Maxi boy. 19-year-old. He was telling me he's done a lot of work on producing in Triple M in Adelaide.
Max has?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the, I think for the rush hour, I think it was.
He was fun to work with last night. He was all over the game. Here's a big hit.
Oh, great shot too.
That's a big shot.
6.
That's a big 6. What do you think of that?
They're beautiful. Just timed it beautifully. As we have a look here, as this replay will pop up any moment, but it's a lovely shot. As the ball comes back down. So he moves to 13 off 12, so he's just getting his iron now.
wouldn't be happy with that. Umverston got the wicket, but he's getting a bit of a hammering here. That's another good shot out through the covers. Not quite through the covers, but got him a single.
Yeah,
nice strike into the over.
Nice delivery too there to finish off the over from Umverston. Put a bit of pressure on the feet.
So usually when you get belted a couple of times like that, the captain has no hesitation of taking you off.
Yeah.
You get a 6 and a 4 hit off an over. Don't think or don't hope that you're going to get the next over.
Yeah, that's right.
Tough job as the captain, isn't it? You've got to make all those calls.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't envy them, Charlie.
Does that make them an all-rounder, given that, you know, they've got to bat and do whatever they do, and then they've got to be the captain as well? That constitutes an all-rounder, doesn't it? A wicket-keeper should be an all-rounder.
Yeah, you would think, yeah.
Not just batting and bowling. First slip, if you're a great first slipper, maybe that's your... No, they're all-rounders.
Maybe if you're handy in the canteen in between overs as well. Who's coming on?
This is number...
Lockie Banks.
Number 5, yeah. Lockie Banks. What do we know about him?
Stand by.
So he's bowling to Hatzoglu. He's on 14 off 13 balls. He's got his innings underway.
And it's a wide. The appeal went up. Down leg side, no nick. Yeah, Lockie Banks, top order batter. So here we go, Charlie. Another all-rounder. Plays at locally at Pint and down at Paran down in Melbourne.
Okay. Second legitimate ball on leg stump. He likes that leg stump. Turned down to fine leg for a single. Good return. I noticed that. We were talking about this yesterday. The fielding, particularly the throws, are so good. They've just really improved. And why shouldn't it? I mean, you should be able to throw the ball into the keeper on the full.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't see many run-outs, and that's because the batsmen trust the fielders to rip it in over the top of the bails, which they can do. This is just dropped away on the leg side and off for a quick single. Overthrow, backup was there. 2 backups were there. That's good work.
Yeah, it's good to say live how much the fielders, you know, work sort of off the ball, say, Charlie, and, you know, to back up those throws and how much ground they cover. You cover quite a lot of ground over a evening of 2020 cricket.
Yeah. Actually, that'd be someone who invented something. That's another wide. Someone invented something that went maybe in the boots of the fielder, so you can measure how far they actually move in a game, because they do it in Australian rules football, don't they?
Yeah,
they tell you how far they've
they've got the GPS in the back of the singlets.
Right.
That's right. Big weekend of AFL too this weekend, Charlie.
Oh, gee, that was a good ball. That shaved the outside edge of Hatzoglu. He knew it. He played at it. Have a look at it.
Oh, yeah, he did too, didn't he?
Have a think about that. He's on 15 off 15. Brasher, 4 off 7. The wicket to fall was Kerr. Caught Hammond bowled by Brasher for 3.
That's a nice shot off the back foot from Hatzoglu, and 4.
He's in top form, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got his iron, young fella. Nearly found the edge, the delivery before, and then he, as we have a look here on that replay, gets on the back foot and beautiful cut shot.
Past point, just backward point. And he's still on strike. He wants to get into bangs here. Pitched on the stumps, works it round the corner slowly. Can he get 2 out of it? Yes, he's going for 2.
Yeah, worked it nicely off the pads there.
19, 21 off 17. Good return. That was a horrible bouncer. That was an amazing bouncer.
What's happening here? It's not walking.
Well, it's above the shoulder, I think, maybe that's the problem.
Might get a look on the replay here as the over's gone by. 1 for 30.
It's the 5th over, so six runs and over. Good start.
Yeah, great start. They've
but you know, you got 20 overs, so 6 runs and over is never really going to be enough because that's only going to give you 120 runs. So whatever over 120 you can get is what you're looking for, isn't it really?
Always a bonus. Of course, around that, 140.
Yeah.
140, 150 would be ideal, really. Excuse me.
I wonder if at the end of all this, Nick, they'll pick a team like a series team or something.
Yeah.
I think there's some really good cricketers here.
Yeah, there is.
I'll have to talk to Joel about it. Are they doing that, do you think?
I'm not sure, Charlie.
I'll have to talk to them.
It would be great, though. Of course, disappointing with the, ever-evolving COVID situation down on the East Coast that, the Renegades and Stars couldn't make it up, unfortunately. I think they've committed for next year, Charlie.
Yeah, that's true.
So that'll complement this already great competition.
So Hadzoglu on strike again. Works this around the corner. Just a little flick. Going to get a single out of it. Out to mid-wicket. So Brash has been stuck on 4 for a while. He's a big, tall player. Got a new bowler on here as well. This is Nakwi. It's a good shot straight down the ground. So through for a couple of runs for Brasher. Takes him up to 5.
Yeah, Nakwi plays at Tracy Village, Charlie. He's a top order bat. And bowls off spin, as you can just see there. That's a beautiful delivery.
That sat up, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's gone. That was young Max too, as he was just getting his iron. Disappointing for...
Well, the bounce did him, I reckon, Nick.
Yeah.
The bounce did him.
It did, but excellent bowling from Nakvi.
So Max is on his way for 23 off 19 balls, so his contribution is pretty good. 1 for 33.
Yeah, he played well. Played some nice shots, Charles. We saw that big 6 that nearly landed on our heads. That was a, he was playing some good ones, and unfortunately for the young man, yeah, 23 off 19. Of course, Kerr went out earlier. Just the 3 runs of 5 deliveries, so I think which means Chris Tremaine.
Yeah, he's a good cricketer, this man.
Yeah, he sure is, Charlie. Absolutely he is. Plays down at Sydney in the T20. So yeah, Sydney Thunder in the Big Bash League. Plays for New South Wales. He's actually played 4 one-day internationals for Australia, Charlie. So this should be some entertaining cricket.
I think this is actually Jackson Isaka. Is that number 15? Jackson.
No, it might be.
Yeah, Jackson Isaka, I think.
15. Oh, yeah, it is too. Sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Well, we'll see Tremaine. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
You might have some premonition going here. It might be a ball, and we'll see. You better stop doing that.
Commentator's curse.
Outside the off stump. Beats the fielder there, and they're off for a single.
Yeah,
Didn't run it in any hurry, but it was a good shot.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing the commentator's curse, Charlie. You often say that, don't you?
Do you ever? Good bowling by Nakwi.
Yeah, off to a good start in his opening over. Of course, getting the big scalp of Hadzoglu.
So Brasher opened, he's still there, worked it away off his pads for at least a single.
Good fielding there to stop the 2 runs.
And you know, I like the way one runs at the ball and a support runner comes in, and they might just flick it off to that person who can then rip the.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
See. Back in my day, you'd be lucky to get one person to go chasing it. Outside the off stump, edged it away. Wicket-keeper throws his head back. Can't believe it. It's rolling right down to the boundary. Did he get to it? We couldn't see it. Went over the mound.
Yes, Saka off to a good start. You see that fat edge.
The keeper's thrown his head back because he probably should have really, if he stuck his glove out, it would have stuck in there. 2 for 37, 6 overs gone, so still 6 and over, slightly over 6 and over. Osaka's on 3, Brasher on 6, wickets to fall, Kerr out for 3, and Hatsoglu an entertaining 23 off 19 before he lost his wicket when the score was 33. Brasher playing the patient innings. So do you need that, Nick, do you reckon, in a T20, that one play, the opener, you say, well, you play a patient innings, you stay there, don't give away your wicket, and let the others work around you for a while, and then later on in the innings you open up.
Into it, yeah, of course, as you can see that score there, Charlie. I mean, it's a good point too. Brasher just do the play his role and hang around. 6 off 9 deliveries, so as you said, we'll probably see him fire up a bit down the track.
Change of bowler. This is Jason Sangha. He's a leggy, I think. He's outside the off stump and worked away for a single. They'll take 2. They thought about it. Chance of a run out here. Oh, he missed. He absolutely missed.
Another run. There's a chance for another run there, but they're not onto it. Yeah, they are. Now.
So, well, that was everything the cricket could possibly deliver.
Yeah, that's right. Geez, that it all, Charlie. It sure did.
So Brasher moves to 9. This is the shot. Gets to there. Then the throw comes in. They hesitate. He's out, a long way out. He misses. He misses, and then they turn another run over.
And brings up a bit of turf with the knee.
2 for 40.
Yeah, Jason Sangha plays for Sydney Thunder, Charlie.
Okay.
Top order batsman. Doesn't say if he bowls leggies. It looks like he bowls leggies, eh?
Well, it looked like it by his wrist action. Let's have a look. Definitely. This has worked away for a couple.
Yeah, so good over here so far for Desert Blaze. For the 5 runs, of course, there was a few overthrows in that, but the 5 runs off the 2 deliveries.
Sangha comes in, bowls outside the off stump, pushed away. Shot there by Saka. Takes him to 5. Pressure is 9. 2 for 42. Interesting time of the day, isn't it, Nick, when the sun just starts to set and the lights start to take effect? There's that 10 or 15 minutes where it's a funny light. You have to adjust to it.
Yeah, that's right, Charlie. You see, with that white ball, it'd be with the sky, you know, getting around, it'd be hard sitting under one trying to catch it, Charlie, if it's up in the air.
Well, actually, Max was talking about that last night. When it gets dark, the ball goes outside the light range into the dark and then comes back down into the light range again. So you just got to figure out where to catch it. I hadn't thought of such a thing.
Charlie, if it was me, I'd be catching it with my forehead, I think. That was me, if it was going in and out of the into the darkness.
I've got a forehead story to tell you in a minute. This is pushed away out square past point, just for a single. Yeah, you might notice on my head there's a little cut.
Yes.
So I was dreaming last night that I was playing cricket and I chased the ball. I was going to catch it, but when I got there were 2 footballers going for a mark, so I tried to jump above them to take the mark, and I'd actually must have jumped off the bed and hit my head on the table, the bedside table.
Oh, no.
Had blood running down the
Did you really?
Yeah, it was extraordinary.
What time was that?
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. That's the last thing you want to be doing. 0300, Charlie. Oh, yeah.
And I told my daughter the story this morning, and because she saw the cut, and she said, "What happened?" I told her, and she said, "Did you take the mark? I mean, did you catch the ball?" I said, "I didn't appeal or anything." Got up bewildered. There's a single. Me too. Yeah, it'll be easy too. And 2 fielders going to it as well. So score going along well. 2 for 48.
Yeah, 11 runs off that first over from Sangar.
And what about Brasher here? So we were talking about it before, Nick, about, go in early and play steady as the anchor man, and then start to go for the runs. Well, that's what he started doing.
Yeah,
he started
he
to
has.
accelerate now, 12 off 13.
Yeah, he was 4 off 7.
Yeah.
During that start of that over, I think, off the top of my head, Charlie. So yeah, he's starting to push along now, which is good to see. He's a great batsman, so it'll be good to see him in action.
They're building a good base here.
Yeah, it's a great facility, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah. Sanger, big slash at that one, thick outside edge, maybe.
Yeah, it looked like the outside edge. You can come back for 2. So we have a look here. Yeah, nice fat edge.
Chase out there by Wilson Ryan. Work this from outside off stump, round the corner, past square leg, and they're going to get 2. Good shot,
Yeah,
well run, good return, all good cricket.
Yeah, absolutely great fielding out there in the outfield. Just stuck back for that too, so as you can see, that run rate's creeping up just over 7 now, so
they're doing well.
You are right, Charlie. They're building that good base.
Outside the off stump and hit well. That's a glorious shot, isn't it? That's
Beautiful
a great shot.
Yeah.
The fielders were there. They were about 8 metres apart, and he split both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Really picked the gap well there and worked it nicely. If we have a look at this replay here, on the front foot, and beats the fieldsman and through that gap and
race to the boundary.
Yeah, it did. And Matt Hammond had no chance of stopping that.
So Wasaka facing Akui. Same ball outside the off stump. Maybe did a little bit more than he expected, because he didn't hit it anywhere near as well as the last shot. Got a couple out of it though, and Saka's doing well.
Yeah, he is. 17 off 9. So a great start as that run rate creeps up to just over 7.5. So Desert Blaze building along nicely here.
Kenny works it through the gap. The close infielders inside the circle. There's a beautiful return.
Yeah, Adlam there. In the outfield. There's one more delivery to go in this over.
So Nakwi with 1 for 18. This is his second over. 1 ball remaining. Wide outside the off stump. Make the player reach for it. Gee, that's a great throw.
Yeah, Lockie bangs there. He's got a nice arm.
Fielding was terrific, wasn't it? 2 of them ran to it. 1 picked it up, flicked it up to the other, whipped the return in. It's good cricket.
Yeah.
It's high standard.
Absolutely it is. As we were talking about earlier, Charlie, there's...
Watch this.
There's an arm.
Watch the throw here.
Yeah,
right over.
Straight over the stumps. Yeah, as we were talking about earlier, Charlie, there's, plenty of, great local talent in the top end, but then just complemented with, some players from around the country.
Yeah.
There's some real, great up-and-coming players. So, as you said, it's a high standard, and really exciting for cricket in the top end.
And it was disappointing that the two Melbourne teams couldn't come on. They would have added a bit more to it. Good for our local players to play against them.
Yeah.
Test yourself against a higher level. Nackley again. Osanga, rather. Going to Osaka on 18. Brash is 14. Wickets to 4. Kerr went for 3. Hatzoglu went for 23. And the score was 33. That's a powerful shot. Hit it straight to the fielder, though. Deserved more.
Yeah, it did. Just unfortunately picked out that fielder. The outfield out there. And at deep point, would that be?
Yeah.
Charlie?
Yep. Singer again, running in from the TIO end, outside the leg stump. Couldn't get it away. It was a wide. I'd like to read the exact wording of what constitutes a wide. The exact wording.
Well, of course, it changes in T20, doesn't it, Charlie? Is anything down leg side, wide.
Yeah.
Oh, just a bit of a misfield there, and that'll run away for 4.
Good shot.
Yeah, Rafa's just starting to work his way nicely into this game, Charlie. Of course, moving up to 18 off 15 deliveries now, so...
Well, the team be happy with that. Osaka's 19 off 12 and Brash is 18 off 15, so that's what you want.
And that run rate's steadily climbing up to just about 8.
Vacant area out there. Bowler has to do the chase. Single. Cricket 365. Don't get confused with anything other than 365 days of the year.
That's right.
Sanger again. Right arm over the wicket. Just pushed it into wide cover.
Yeah, straight out to Austin Upperston.
We saw him at the start, didn't he? Had a bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, looked quite handy.
It's a bit dangerous. No one was at the stumps, that was the problem.
Yeah, Sanger's just tightening up a bit, putting a bit of pressure back on the batsman to wind out that over.
End of the over, 2 for 69. 9 overs gone. Run rate 7.67. That's better than the couple of games that we've seen. Mainly they stayed around 6 and 6.5, 6.7, but they didn't get high in the 7s at any point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just the 2 wickets gone, Charlie. You'd think any team would take that after coming into the 9th over, so...
Yeah, the offer of 2 for 69. Yes, you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We see Lockie Banks, I think, come back into the attack. Northern Tide. A bit of a bowl earlier, so...
It's quite the different game, isn't it, really, the T20s to the ODIs and the Test matches. I mean, very different from the Test match, obviously, but very different to the ODIs.
Yeah, definitely with the ODIs, though. Nice shot. Just picking out Matt Hammond.
It was a South Australian, Jeff Hammond, was a Test player who came up and played quite a bit of cricket in Darwin.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if Matt's any relation. Could be.
You're standing right in front of us, shall I just yell out?
Yeah, just what's your dad's name?
It's like in Kindergarten Cop, Arnold Schwarzenegger film. He says, "Who is your daddy and what does he do?"
So Brash up, 1 strike. Gave himself some room. Didn't get it away. Was well bowled. Stowe, the new bowler. What do we know about him? Callum Stowe.
Plays down in Victoria from Geelong. Left armour. Took 5 wickets in the 50 over series, which is a pretty good return.
Got 2 out of that. They ran the first one hard, and then they were able to easily get through on the second. That's a similarity in any cricket you play, isn't it?
Mm.
Run the first one hard.
Yeah, get into it.
Then have a look.
Played that well off the back foot, just for the single.
Awkward return for the keeper. Exposing his stumps, but the ball's bouncing a little bit, and he's aware of that. Saka 21 off 15, doing very well. Good ball, Stowe.
As we see that run rate just come back down. Charlie have had a couple of good overs. Yeah. Northern Tide.
Callum Stowe, left armour, up in the air towards Gully.
Yeah, just short of Gully on that occasion. Good opening over there from Stowe. Just the 4 runs off it. So
yeah. Got a bit of bounce too, didn't he?
Mm.
Saka 21 from 17, Brasher 22, 19, 2 for 73, 10 overs, so 7.3.
Is that breeze is still holding up nicely, Charlie, keeping the mosquitoes away. You might be sitting at home thinking you're in the commentary box, Charlie, but we're in the commentary tent.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're exposed to the elements.
Yeah, we are.
To some extent.
Yeah, we don't mind it either.
Actually, I felt a couple of raindrops last night, Nick, which was a bit interesting.
Yeah, it was overcast early today, Charlie, and actually saw a picture. It was actually on the ABC Darwin Instagram page of the sky this morning over Nightcliff over the water. It was
cloudy.
Sort of had a bit of the wet season look to it. I was thinking, geez, we haven't started that this early, have we?
I remember I was overseas for a while in Florence, and it was the end of autumn, I think it was, and days were just beautiful. And then one day it was just freezing. For no reason, it just turned in freezing. Yeah. So, my goodness, I said, this is just giving us a taste of what winter's going to be like. That's what's happening here. So we're going to get some rain.
Yeah.
When it comes, it comes.
That sounds a lot like Melbourne, Charlie.
Oh, well, that happens every day.
Yeah, that's right. I was down there the other week, and the sun was out one day, and then it's still cold, 12 degrees at the top, but absolutely raining the next day.
Well, that's a signal again, a wide.
Yeah, Bangs has bowled a few wide so far this evening. So
this is Brasher on strike. Hit him on the pads outside leg stump, only fractionally.
Wilson Ryan getting the job done there.
I wonder how much training fielders would do a fair bit, wouldn't they? Like getting that ball back to the keeper or wherever you want it to go. Oh, he's got onto that. That's a big hit. Straight down the ground. Going to go for 4.
Oh, well fielded.
No, just kept in.
They come back for 3. Well fielded out there.
Now that gives me an opportunity to raise an issue that I raised with Joel Morrison last night about a bowler chasing the ball and doing that, diving at it in order to save 1 run and running the risk of getting a shoulder injury. Is it worth it?
Shoulder, hammy,
anything.
Knee.
To save 1 run.
Yeah, you're right, Charlie.
It happened to Mark Wood in the English cricket side against India.
But as you see so much, Charlie, I mean, these T20s and one-day internationals, one-dayers as well, you know, they come down to that run, don't they?
Yeah.
It's so exciting at the end.
Yeah, that's right. That's what drives you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But when you say to you, well, I don't know how you do it, but talk to you, maybe which bowlers would you talk to? I mean, Terry Alderman, they used to field him in close because he had that shoulder injury, remember that? Run in, had that crash. There's a bouncer. Sarka's doing pretty well here.
Just missing the stumps on that occasion. Sorry, I'm going to throw it, Charlie.
It's the replay. Off to the mid-off. Has a ping at the stumps. Misses. In the 11th over. 1 ball left. Banks none for 17 in these couple of overs. He's pushed away through that vacant cover field. Deep cover set back. End of the over, 2 for 81. 7.36 the run rate, keeping it up there in the 7s.
Yeah, it's just 2 or 3 overs ago, Charlie, that was up there about 8, so the Northern Tide have definitely tightened up in that regard and putting that run rate back down. So it's a good result for the Northern Tide.
So this is Stowe again. A pretty competent bowler, I reckon, this man. He can toss it up.
Yeah, had a good first. His opening over, just the 4 runs off it. As you see on the screen there, it's into his 2nd over now, so good start from this man.
Callum Stowe. They dance down the wicket to him and hit him down to mid-on. Take a single. Here's the return back to the keeper.
Lockie Bangs there again with that strong arm.
I think they've gone about this very purposefully, I reckon. The way they've played, build the innings. Yeah, that just really spun, didn't it? It really spun, and he had to reach for it, lost control of it. Bit of, almost similar to the dismissal of Hatzoglu, that same sort of shot.
Yeah, it was. We'll see the replay in a moment. But just gets on that back foot, and yeah, the spin really outdid him on that occasion, and a good catch. 2 nice and simple from Sanger, sorry.
Pressure out for 29, off 23, 3 for 83. That was a good partnership there. They took it from 33 to 83, so they put on 50 between them.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Great partnership, and they'll be looking to continue that Desert Blaze. So I think we just try and, you're right, Charlie, we need to start getting these batsmen to start turning around and showing their number off to us so we can just actually see who's coming in.
Well, I think it's number 7, is it? Be number 7?
Yeah, it's Tremaine. No.
No. No.
Jeez, we're going early.
Naganayagam. No, it's not. Who was
Tom Andrews?
Tommy Andrews, yeah, that's it. It's got a 7/20 on our team sheet.
Run sheet, yeah.
But it is Tommy Andrews. He's a good cricketer too. Seen him in action. Pretty sure he's captain of the side.
Yeah, he is captain, Charlie. And captain the NT strike team in the Chamber NT Top End Series as well. Not a bad resume. The 2020/21 Marsh One Day Player of the Year, tied with David Warner.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
He's currently contracted with Cricket Tassie. And his coach, Ronnie Andrew, is his dad.
Oh, of course. Big Ronnie. I was talking to him as I walked into the ground tonight. It's a nice man.
Stokey.
Andrews smothering the ball and getting a run off this one.
Good over that from Stowe. I've got 5 runs off it. Getting that breakthrough.
It was the wicket they wanted, and he got it.
Yeah, absolutely, Charlie. Yeah, Osaka was looking good. He's getting his eye, and you thought he was just going to take it to the next level, but of course, no, sorry, not Osaka. Brasher, sorry. Yeah, he just felt as though he was just getting himself in and started looking, started to unwind a bit.
So I wonder what the dialogue is between the two batsmen when you're in there and you've been batting for the entire innings, and in comes the captain. Who's in charge?
Yeah.
Always start telling the captain what to do.
Here you go, boss. You take over from here if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Andrew's on strike. He's a left-hander. He's a damn fine cricketer. Just dabs that away. Easy single. Throw wasn't too good. They're going to make 2 out of it. This one wasn't that much better.
Yeah, a bit rusty in the field tonight, Charlie. We've seen a few of them, haven't we?
Yeah.
The overthrows.
3 for 88. Outside the off stump. Late shot.
Yeah, you're right, Charlie. He's a wonderful cricketer. Andrews, as you can see, he's just straight in.
Doesn't seem bothered at all, does it?
No.
Seems like he's got a lot of time. Bit disconcerting for a bowler when you're the fast bowler and he displays plenty of time.
Absolutely. As we see TIO Stadium over the road there on your screen.
Yeah, the big lights there. That'll be rocking in a few months from now when the XFL footy season gets underway. We didn't get an AFL match this year. We promised 1 or maybe 2, but just COVID didn't allow it to happen. Got close and cancelled a couple of times. Frustrating for the people who run AFL NT and for the Darwin people who want to go along and watch. French cut, they called that back in the old days. Inside edge between the bat and between the pad and the stumps.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to that footy, Charlie, and I think there was a few of us up here that were sort of living on the edge waiting to see an announcement.
Yeah.
Especially over the last few weeks. Apparently they weren't far off getting one up here.
Well, I was checking all the time when they were announcing the scamper through for 1 here. I was watching whenever they put out a media release of the games, and there was always one game that was left without a venue, and I was thinking that's the one they're trying to make.
There was one the other week, Charlie. There was Gold Coast, of course, have got an affiliation with the Northern Territory, but it was Gold Coast and Essendon, and they didn't announce it.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
We're living on the edge.
We're all sitting on that thinking this is the game that's coming. But then they shifted it, didn't they?
Yeah, not to be. Where did they play that? Oh, I can't even remember now.
No.
Oof.
I was too disappointed.
Was a nick over past the keeper.
So this is Ackley. Three for 92. Closing in on the 100. like to have that in your 14th over, wouldn't you?
Mm.
He's having trouble here, Andrews.
Yeah.
It's good bowling, Macquarie. He's got him pinned back right on his stumps. Sigh of relief from him, I'm sure, the over comes to an end. Macquarie 1 for 26 of 3 overs.
Yeah, Nakwi really caused Andrews some a bit of grief in that over. Of course, that run rate comes down a little bit again, just over 7 now, Charlie. So
if you had a graph, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? That it goes up and then it comes down. And
I'll have to see Joel Morrison about the budget for next year, Charlie. Hopefully we can get that happening.
the little worm, the worm. Overpitched, struck nicely out to deep cover.
Probably hear those plovers in the background, Charlie, my worst enemy. They do a lot of damage swooping. They'll be firing up soon. Nice bowling here again from Stowe.
Got Andrews pinned down. And it's dropped under 7. This over and a bit. It's tight bowling. Just edge that away.
Might get down there for 4, Charlie, and it does.
Goes all the way. Cleverly played.
We'll see that replay. It looked like a nice fat edge past the keeper's gloves. As we have a look here on the replay. Yes.
Yeah, he certainly played it, didn't he? He didn't just mishit it. He timed it beautifully. Got 4 runs. Broke the shackles. Run rate back up to 7.19 from 1 shot on the leg stump. Turned away. A single out towards square leg. Forward square leg. Sarka's been steady, 27 from 25.
Yeah, he's been good, Charlie. He's played some nice shots. He sort of got off to a quick start. Now he looks like he's sort of playing that role that Brusher was playing.
Didn't get past the fielder. Good cut shot. Conditions gone from perfect to even more perfect.
Oh, mate. You cannot get better than this, can you?
Diving effort, was able to take some pace off it.
I tell you what, Charlie, if you're in the top end, you're sitting at home watching this on your TV, I'd be so be inclined to get down here. It's absolutely magnificent evening, isn't it? And what a great facility that they've got here at the stadium here.
I think they've got 6 wickets out there. I walked out and had a look on Sunday. I think there's 6 of them.
Oh, is it?
All in the middle, which is fantastic. Back in the old days, we never had anything like a turf wicket.
No.
We had concrete wickets all over. And Hessian, they put the Koya matting on it. First that green matting that gave fast bowlers every possible assistance they wanted. And then they put on the Hessian, which was, like what you make bags out of. And that was pretty good. And then turf wickets came in. And cricketers had to learn to play on turf wickets. So Australia, the story of cricket in Darwin's a good one, really. They've had some great matches over the years, We mentioned those before, those international matches, but I remember in Alice Springs watching the West Indies playing a game down there, and Lara hit his first 100 that we saw from him.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you down there, were you?
Yeah, hit one over Traeger Park, over the grandstand.
Yeah.
Ken Vowles was playing in that match. It was an invitation side playing against the visiting West Indies.
Jeez, that would have been amazing.
It's terrific. And then we saw the English team when they came out on tour and got cleaned up by Australia, but they played a match in Alice Springs as well against the invitation side. Alistair Cook, I think, was captain. Bairstow was playing.
And what a great stadium to watch. Great backdrop.
Yeah, isn't it glorious?
Beautiful.
Single 29 from 28. Osaka. Andrew goes up to 12 off 10.
See big Matt Hammond.
3 for 101. They got there.
Nice delivery there from Hammond.
Bit of imagination in the strip with the red around the legs. It's gone right over the top and safe, and nearly 4 runs. Good fielding. Whip the return back to the keeper. Must have got 2 because Osaka's gone to 30 off 29. Andrews 14 off 11. Cheeky single. Dab and run.
You just worked it nicely down the gully.
You sure there's not rain in those clouds there?
Yeah, I'd say, Charlie, I'm not sure. Jeez. You look to one, you look to the left, and it's, yeah, hard to tell, isn't it?
Oh, there's a good shot.
Jeez. Oof.
That's a big shot. That's a big 6. Glorious shot. Must be in the back. Have a look at this. There's no real big effort in this. Just whack.
Yeah, got there for 6.
So Osaka doing so well. 36 off 30. So the highest score I've seen hit here was at the one by Mac Wright the other night, 63.
Yeah,
which was some innings.
Yeah. Yeah, my word, we might see Osaka fire up now.
What's that?
We might see Osaka fire up now into the 15th over. So that current the run rate climbs back up to just under 7.5. So they'll be looking to get busy. Of course, they've just lost the 3 wickets. So they've got plenty of wickets in hand, Charlie. As we see Austin Umperston come back into the attack.
He's had a long spell.
Yeah, so he'll be looking to fire.
See what he can do here. He was one of the opening bowlers. He's got the 4-man on at the moment, Osaka. Actually, it's Andrews on strike. No, it's Osaka's on strike. Now Andrews will be on strike. It's a replay of the shot. If you look away from the screen and look back and it's being played again, you can be sometimes tricked into thinking, played that identical shot.
He's going back to back.
Yeah. Moving at the sight boards. So you played a little bit of cricket, Nick, when you were young?
I did when I was a young fella, Charlie. I'll tell you what, there's one thing in that I wasn't very good at, and that's cricket.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you got a bit of height about you.
Yeah.
You get a bit of bounce as a bowler.
Yeah.
Did you bowl a bit?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Only. Yeah. You just stopped playing in under. What would have been under 16s in Bendigo, in Victoria. This young Maxi does a bit of a run by. Here's Umperson. Osaka's the right-hander. See what he can do with this. Full toss. Toss well.
Straight to point. Throw at the stumps.
Yeah, well fielded. That was going 100 miles an hour, Charlie. Well, to trap that and get it back into the stumps, but the delivery wasn't the best. If we have a look here on that replay, Just release, just a bit lofted up in the air a touch.
Andrews on 16. Walks into this one and hits it down to mid-on. $115 for 3.
Humperston comes in again. Nice delivery to Charlie. You just
well, umpire put up the 2 fingers. Well, oh, 2 balls to go, I see. That's what he was asking.
Humperston on that last delivery, really chasing the feet of Andrews there.
Past the umpire and bowls outside the off stump, and he got across to it and hit it out to extra cover. Managed to get 2 runs.
Yeah, they're on track for a pretty handy score, Charlie.
What do you reckon they'll get? 118, so they got, this is the 16th over, that's going to go for 4. No, it's got a fielder there. Thanks for return in. Backup was there. What do you think they'll make? So this is the 16th over, so they've got 4 overs to go. What
Yeah,
they get?
anything north of 150 would be, they'd be pretty happy with, I reckon, Charlie.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good return.
Well, they've got 2 batsmen set out there now. If they remain in there, I reckon 150 is not beyond them.
No, they can really go after the bowling attack of Northern Tide now. Absolutely, 4 overs to go, as you said, 4 overs to go. Plenty of wickets in hands, plenty of good batters to come too. I mean, I guess I've gone at the early crow every wicket going, is this Tremaine? Yeah, I think it's Tremaine. No, it's not Tremaine. So there's definitely some talent in the shed. So we'll be looking to get on the end of a few here.
It's Andrews that's going to be on strike.
Yeah, it is. That hasn't updated yet. Still says Osaka, but of course it is Tommy Andrews.
This is with him now and works it off his toes. Competent shot, went racing out towards the boundary, square leg boundary. Good fielding out there. Whips the return back in. Andrews only, what did he get out of that? A couple? No, the single.
Yeah, just a single on that occasion.
Now Osaka to face up. Good shot. They're just looking for singles. You'd like to see them to really accelerate now, do you think?
Yeah, I think if the balls are there, Charlie, you put the single away and then just go after 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Try and get the 4 or 6 and, try and get upwards of sort of 8.
If you want to get to
8 to
150,
10.
you're going to have a couple of boundaries in each of these overs, I reckon, at least. Big swing at that and missed.
Oh, top ball. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tommy Andrews couldn't get a hold of that. It was there to be hit.
Three for 122. Bangs the lefty. Straight up in the air. Fortunate not a fielder there. Overrun. Not going to take the extra run.
Yeah, didn't quite get a hold of it. You thought he would have.
He was hoping he did.
Yeah.
He's looking for a 4.
Yeah, he's looking for it. That's definitely for sure. He's throwing the bat around. And
bit of a conference going on here. What are they talking about? A little bit of encouragement, maybe, a plan. Works this off his pads around the corner. Just the single.
Again, good over here from Lucky Banks. He's tightened up a bit compared to the previous overs. I'd be happy with that.
I was watching an old DVD the other day of the Tide Test in 1961, I think it was, the West Indies, and the Tide Test at the Gabba. And late in the game, the West Indies captain walked up to Wes Hall. This is the story Wes Hall told the big West Indian fast bowler, and said something to him. The Australian batsman, what are they talking about? And the captain actually said to Wes Hall, "I've got nothing to say to you, but they don't know that. They think it's a big plan." So he moved the fielder a metre to his right and then back again. And that was it. So the games that get played is quite extraordinary.
That's great. Don't worry, I've done that plenty of times. That's the end of the over, is it?
Yep, 3 for 126.
Yeah, when I used to work out in community, out in Arnhem Land, Charlie, I used to work at AFLNT, and I coached a few community sides at community carnivals and stuff where they go and play sport, footy. And there was a few times when I had to coach the Elcho Island side, and I actually said to the boys at one stage, it was actually my birthday, and I said, I don't know what I'm doing coaching. I'm not a coach, but it is my birthday. Let's win this thing, and they did. So I've got a pretty impressive coaching CV now, Charlie. Worked a treat. Bit of a, that's what it is too, a bit of motivation, Charlie.
Actually, during the second innings of this, I want to get you to tell the story about the football commentary. Some special commentary that might be coming
out. Yeah, absolutely I will.
We'll save that for a little later on.
Yeah, we will. Absolutely.
There's that replay of that great shot. Some highlights here.
So Sanger back into the attack. Northern Tide. Oh, put down. He was hit hard, 1,000,000 miles an hour, Charlie. Would have cut either you or I in half. He did well to get his hands to it, though, that's for sure.
That had plenty on it. Sometimes they just stick, don't they? If they hit the right place in your hand,
absolutely,
it'll just automatically wrap around it.
Have a look here. Jeez. Unlucky. Still looking for his first wicket.
I'm not sure we'd put that down as a chance, would we?
No, well, we'll say a chance.
Well, picked up out there by Ryan, Wilson Ryan. Andrews just quietly going about the job. 23 from 19. 17.2 overs.
Yeah, he's done well, Tommy. And expect him to fire up real soon, though, Charlie.
I want to see Osaka get a 50.
There we go.
There's the big one.
Straight up in the air, fielder coming underneath.
Oh, misjudged it. Got too far underneath it.
And I think what we were talking about earlier, Charlie, or what you and Maxi Haxiglu was talking about, how the ball goes. The ball was hit very high then, and it would have gone out of sight with the lights, and then come back and he totally misjudged it.
It was Adlam, wasn't it? Anthony Adlam. Look, there it is in the. It's going to give him another chance.
Again, he's underneath again, and he's done it again.
He's misjudged it again.
So two huge opportunities there gone begging. Andrews back on strike, of course, coming back for two.
They're big shots, aren't they?
Yeah, my word.
Surely he's not going to give him a third, man.
It's a real watch this space, Charlie. So here he goes. He's gone again. He just didn't get a hold of it.
Go, just didn't get it.
He definitely did go. Back from another couple of runs, so good over so far.
Can they get into the 8s on the run rate? 7.57. This is the 18th over. There's 2 to go. 2 and a 2 plus a ball.
Nice delivery there from Sanger. Rounding out the over.
So Osaka on 46. He'd be keen to get a 50 here. He'll be on strike. Second last over. So the wickets to fall. Brasher for 29, Kerr for 3. He went first, and Hatzoglu with a cameo innings, 23 off 19 balls. Looked like he was in for a big night, and then got one of those balls that just sat up and spun away from him, and he hit it low down on the bat, straight to a fielder.
So it's 10 runs off the last over, Charlie, and I think we're really looking to get into it here, the final 2 overs. Let's see what they can do.
Andrews wants to play the ramp. Didn't quite make it work.
That attempted ramp shot.
It's a difficult shot to play, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think that's the first one we've seen tonight, Charlie, too, isn't it? What you see there, doesn't?
We've seen it played a couple of times here. And some players can play it really, really well. And it's the signature shot for T20 cricket, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's the one that everyone can play. The reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep, yeah, absolutely. Of course, on the 12th man, they did a good job at the reverse overarm, underarm sweep, whatever it was. Every name under the sun, and then finishing off with sweep. Very clever.
So Osaka, can he get to 50? He's out to go, and he's hit it up so high. Fielder getting underneath it, watching it carefully, takes the catch. Good catch.
Was a good catch, and as I say, we saw the last over, 2 opportunities go down or misjudged, and that was another high shot. But well caught out there in the outfield. I can't quite tell who that is, Charlie, but it was plenty of pressure on that catch with the how high the ball was in the air, but it was good enough to hang on to it. And Osaka exits the field on 46 from 37 deliveries.
I got this good pen here. It gives me 4 options. None of them are working. It's got the little slide. You can slide on a different colour.
Yeah.
But
the old 4 pens. I bought.
So it saves me carrying 4 pens.
I bought a 3-pack the other day in the supermarket. I haven't used a 4 pen since high school, and it's, you know what, I reckon it's the best pen to write with.
Well, I wonder who invented them. It's a clever invention.
It fits in the hand nicely. Do you know what, Charlie? I'll give you one.
There you go.
I've got a spare one.
Well, thank you very much.
When's your birthday, Charlie?
Well, it's just come. There it is.
Yeah.
I figure out it's my birthday when someone gives me a gift.
Yeah.
So it must be my birthday.
Yeah, you claim it.
Very good. Thank you. I must say I found this one. I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I found it somewhere.
Well, that checks out, Charlie. If it doesn't work, someone probably threw it away.
Because it wasn't working.
Yeah.
We'll push away there for a single.
Edmundston in his way in. These haven't updated the graphic on the screen. There we go.
Edmundston, yeah.
And Tommy Andrews back on strike, 30 off 25. Oh, bowled. Nice throw back over the stumps as well.
So there's been a good over for the bowling team. You know, right at the death when they had to, the happy hour was about to start.
Yeah. Yeah, my word.
So Hammond will bowl to Edmundston. The 5th ball of the 19th over.
Goes reverse sweep.
He played the reverse sweep. It's a good shot. That's a very good shot.
Absolutely.
Hit it sweetly, didn't he?
Yeah, what a way to get off the mark too. He did. I was going to say it was just a good over so far from the bowling from Hammond. But, 7 runs to the wicket so far. No, not too bad. Yeah, as we said, Charlie, it was a wonderful shot.
One more ball to complete this over. Just saw the replay of that. Here it is again. Walks up, flicks it around the corner.
We'll come back for 2. No.
So the last over about to start. 145, so 150 well within their reach here. They can even push it past there with a bit of explosive batting. They've got 6 balls.
Yeah, 9 runs in the wicket off the last over, Charlie. So sets us up for a good final over. As you said, 150 definitely on the cards here for the Desert Blaze.
Hammond 1 for 27 off his 4 overs. You'd be happy with that.
Yeah, good return. Andy players, we see. Max. That's a glue revving up a player over the fence. and Matty Hammond.
So is this Umferson? I think it will be to bowl the last over.
Used to.
Austin Umferson. Has a wicket. He got Kerr out at the start of the innings. I can smell smoke as he runs into bowl. Into the covers it goes, just a single.
Oh, got the mosquito coil going, Charlie. I was going to say
what it is?
My ankles are starting to get nipped on. Here they come. That wind's dropped off now.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
And you get these other little bugs like this little fella here.
Yeah, off he goes.
They look like a ladybird, but they're a little more ferocious than that. They've got fangs that you can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, not the best. We see Jason Sanger talking to Umperston, putting a bit of a plan in place for this final over. There's the captain.
Captain Andrews be licking his chops here. He's got 6 balls. See what he can do.
Nice slow delivery there.
Reach for that.
Yeah, clever bowling there from Umperston. It's taking a lot of the pace off that delivery and not giving Andrews the opportunity to put that one away. As we have a look at the replay here, way outside off. What can Edmundston do?
Chop down on that. That's a good shot. That's going to go for 4. It was helped over in the end, unfortunately for the fielder. But Andrews gets the 4. Gets them past the 150, so it's been a good day in the office for the team.
It's good going, Charlie. 6 runs so far off this over. There's 3 deliveries to come.
Andrews 32.
It's we're slapping our arms and legs.
The ladybird with the fangs on me.
You might hear some random slapping noises when we're slapping each other. We're slapping our legs with these mozzies. Oh, God, it's a nice shot.
It's a great shot.
Another 4. Now we start the conversation about 160, Charlie, as we have a look at this replay here. Edmundston.
Sort of like a baseball shot, wasn't it?
Was on it, down on one knee and
horizontal
that one away.
Bat.
Yeah, straight over mid-wicket. It was a beautiful shot. go again. And
Oh,
that's gone.
Is that a run out?
Yeah, run out. Andrews on his way back.
Andrews run out for 32. .27, let's watch it here. There he is. There was no run in that. Andrews called it though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Just unfortunately, probably fell it just a little bit short. Here we go. Chris Tremaine. We've called it all night,
Yeah.
Charlie. He's finally...
We needed to get him out there.
He gets in with 2 deliveries to go.
Good on you, Chris.
No, he's going to have to get just straight into it here.
Can't wait to see him bowling. He's a good bowler. That's coming up.
Yeah,
this run chase.
He's a big, strong unit, isn't he?
So how will the Northern Tide compete against someone like Tremaine, who's played at the highest level in Australia? Here's Umberson. Big swish. Had it, 1 ball to go. The bye.
Here's, I tell you what, Charlie, we built that up.
Was that it? That's it.
That's it.
That's it. 20 overs. There it is, a replay of it. And they got single off the last ball. So 155. Satisfied with that, Nick?
Yeah, good return there from the Desert Blaze. I'll be pretty happy with that, I would have thought. We'll see what the Northern Tide can do, Charlie. It's going to be a... as we have a look at the run scorers there. Osaka top scoring there with 46 off 38. Tommy Andrews 32 from 27. Brusher 29 off 24, and Hatsoglu just the 23 off the 20 deliveries. And for Northern Tide, Matty Hammond 4 overs 27 runs with 1 wicket. Umperston 4 overs 32 off it with the 1 wicket, and Narkvi 3 overs 26 runs with the 1 wicket, Charlie, so not a bad return.
Desert Blaze have had their chance, 20 overs, so they're taking a bit of a break now. They'll come back and the Tide will bat, and their target will be 156. Can they get it? Make sure you stay with us. So the run chase about to start here. First ball of the run chase, 157 is the target. We've got Nuganagam, the batting crease, and Matthew Jilks, number 19. So Kerr to do the bowling. Hayden Kerr, left arm, quick bowler too.
Yeah, Naganagam, Charlie from Nightcliff, top order bat, off spinner as well, based in Sydney, travels to the NT to play cricket in the dry season.
So you see the target there, 157. So 156 is the score that was made.
Popped up in the air there.
Now Jilks has got a funny stance, hasn't he? Have a look at it. Nick, can tell me what you think of it.
Yeah.
It's an odd stance. I've never quite seen anyone like that.
Yeah, we'll have another look at it in a moment. It's good having a look from behind the wicket at the stance.
Matthew Jilks. Strike, there he is, number 19. He sort of gets frozen there, doesn't he? An inside edge on that one. It's going to roll away and go for 4. Not surprising.
Yeah, we'll have a look at this replay. Max Hat's glue. Couldn't get nowhere near it, so we have a look here. Just that inside edge, as you said, Charlie, and raced away for 4. It's been a good start from Kerr, unlucky there.
It's going to be a difficult task here. 157 is better than par, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's close to LBW. That is very close. That's out. Gee, that was a good ball.
Yeah, my word. We'll have a look at the replay a minute. We're going to work back in at the pads of Jilks. It wasn't the best start. We have a look here. Beautiful delivery. And a big shout from the crew. And unfortunately for Gilks, he's on his way back into the sheds for 4 off 4 deliveries, and Kerr's off to a great start, Charlie.
Great bowling. Good ball. Gee, wrapped him on the pads. He was plumb LBW. So out for 4. Off 4 balls, 1 for 4. All the 4s.
Yeah, 4, 4, 4.
Now we've got a special guest joining us around about the 5th over. Nick, we'll tell you who it is shortly.
Yeah, looking forward to that, Charlie.
It's a man who's been involved in cricket for such a long time. Played cricket outside of Australia, played cricket in Australia, of course, and did some coaching in another country.
Be a good yarn. Jason Sanger comes to the crease. Good to have a look at him.
Do you know what, Nick? I reckon that was the first LBW I've seen in this tournament. I've seen, this is the 3rd match I've seen.
Let me have a look at the highlights of the previous innings. Sanger's on strike now for his first delivery.
He's competent and confident, and that's a great shot. That's going to race out to the boundary for 4. What a comeback.
Absolutely. And what a way to get off the mark, too. He just crests that nicely through the covers and raced away for 4. So great start for that man. As we have a look here.
He played that so well. An inside edge, and then an LBW, and then a hammer for 4. That's cricket.
There we go. We're away.
We're away.
Yeah. Looking at Sanger here, he plays at New South Wales and Sydney Thunder in the Big Bash, Charlie. So he was part of an exclusive group of players who have received a New South Wales contract while still at school, Charlie.
Oh, okay.
quite the handy unit.
So here's Tremaine. He's a good bowler, this man.
Finally, we get a look at him. Nice first delivery.
Played for Australia.
Of course, Naganagam has represented the NT at underage national championships, so pretty handy batter. As Tremaine comes back in.
Runs in and past the bowler, past the umpire, and bowls ball out just in line with the off stump. Over the stumps, of course. The height of it. So there's a bit of bounce out there. So it's difficult with LBWs, isn't it? Because you can see that climbs almost stump and a half high, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's plenty of bounce. And as we were talking about earlier, Charlie, as you were saying last night, the dew that was sitting on the surface.
Yeah.
I think are we seeing that as much tonight? I mean, you were here last night.
Well, I don't think so, but this is about the time you were getting it, I think. We got it last night. So we'll just see. And there was a few full tosses bowled as a result of it. Yeah, see the bounce there? That was in line with the leg stump and bounced over. So it's difficult to give them as LBWs, isn't it? Have a look at this.
Yeah, my word. And Naganagam definitely went after it. Yet to get off the mark, faced 3 deliveries. 3 dot balls from Tremaine. Good start for that man.
Any chance of Yorker coming?
Yeah, I can smell it, Charlie.
What's a Yorker smell like?
Yeah, well, I just had a hot dog for dinner, so that's all I can smell. It smells like a hot dog.
Not quite. There it is. Chopped it down. Got right behind it.
Yeah, so definitely pressure building on Naganagam now. 4 dot balls looking to get off the mark, and this is where the pressure builds, Charlie, in these T20s.
He walked away from the crease. Did that get part of his hand, part of his glove, maybe? So Tremaine runs away from us at the airport end. Bowls to Naganagam, and he gets it. I'm sure he got hold of that. He got a touch on it, and away it goes. Diving effort to save it. A lot of flurry of activity out there at the start of the innings.
So he's off the mark. Through, we have a look at this replay. Yeah, got the edge.
Yeah.
Maxi Haxaglue couldn't
Good fielding.
Drag that one in. It was great fielding.
So Sangha to face Tremaine. He's got 1 ball to face. He seemed keen to get down there. To get on strike. Tremaine comes in and bowls. It's right behind it. Looked very comfortable, didn't he, Sangha?
Yeah, absolutely. This delivery, another nice delivery. Just 3 runs off that over, Charlie. So good start for Tremaine. Handy bowler to have in your side, bowling like that.
I wonder how many overs they can give him in on the trot. Maybe 3, or save him towards the end. I got a feeling they're confident that that the bowling side's confident that Tide's not going to get these runs. So they might save him for the end, give him 2 maybe, and then save him for the end.
So we just saw it pop up. The run rate's over. It's up to over 8 now. Early on here in the second innings. As that's a wide. Bit too much bounce on that one. As we have a look at that replay there, didn't really duck into it.
So Hayden Kerr got the wicket already. LBW Jilks for 4. Nagam on strike. He's finding it a bit tough out there.
He is trying to find his groove. Of course, we saw in the previous over, he nicked one over the top of the wicket keeper, and that's a glue. And yeah, he's struggling to.
I think the pace is bothering him a bit.
It looks like Sanger's walked down and giving him a bit of advice, as you can see on the screen there. So build the confidence up for Nagam.
And there's no respite, actually. You got Kerr pace at one end and Tremaine at the other.
Yeah, they're ripping down.
And he's hit that straight up in the air, and it's going to go away for 4. Will it reach it? It probably won't. It hit the middle of the bat. It was a good shot.
Yeah, it was a good shot, but it just unfortunately for Nagam, they come back for 3, but just sat up right on the rope there. As you have a look at the replay, steps away from the stumps and really gets onto it. Just as you can see there, it just holds up. It was a nice shot over mid-on.
It was like one of those pitching wedge shots in golf. Sat up and just didn't bounce on or roll on. Here's Sanger to face Kerr. Walks forward. And played that really, really well from a pretty good ball. Got right behind it. Bat close to the body. And just have a look at this.
Yeah, it was well controlled, but then for a single, it gets Nagam back on strike, who did play that last shot he got for a 3. Was a nice shot, but pressure definitely goes back on.
Kerr's after him here. Wraps him on the pad down the leg side.
A nice response from Kerr there. We see this replay again. Lay down leg. Only half a shout.
He does not look comfortable.
He doesn't say. No.
It's hard to say. He did play that good shot. Step back and hit it away. Charlie Nagam.
4 off the over so far, Charlie. Another nice delivery, and the pressure is definitely mounting on Nagam. You can see there in his face, Charlie, his body language.
Yeah,
saying he's not confident.
He's not in his comfort zone.
No, absolutely not. So as I said, 4 runs off the over so far, 1 to come. Pressure building. What do you do, Charlie? You try and get him to push for a single and get Tremaine to have a crack.
Yeah.
Good over there from Kerr, just 4 off it.
That was a funny shot, the way he played it. Have a look at this.
He backed right off.
He was getting right away from the ball.
Yeah, he was, and Kerr chased him too, so it was good bowling from Kerr. He's 2 overs, 13 off it so far for Kerr, so not a bad start. Of course, got the wicket, that first wicket, so it'll be W to Gilks.
Now, we promised we'd have a chat about this thing that you're doing with the footy. Why don't you share that with us?
Yeah, so I work for, through the week, Charlie, I work for a radio station up here in the top end. The radio station's based out in Nhulunbuy, and for those of you that don't know at home, he's based out in northeast Arnhem Land, most eastern point, I'd say, of the territory, Charlie, out on the coast there. The Yolngu region, the Yolngu Indigenous people. It's a great region. I've spent many years out there, and we earlier in the year we broadcast an AFL game for Sir Doug Nicholls round, Essendon and Richmond from Perth. We did it from our studio. We did it in Yolngu, which is local language spoken in northeast Arnhem Land, and we're looking to we're doing another game in a couple of weeks, which is great. Found 2 good young Yolngu broadcasters, which we'll talk about.
This is Martin, Hamish Martin. Surprised they've taken Tremaine off, though.
Yeah, I thought they would have let him stay on, Charlie, and let rip.
So those commentators, local Indigenous people.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of them?
We've got two, a crew of two.
Yeah.
Young BJ, who's an outgoing young man, and Willie Goombala, who's from Elcho Island but now based in Nhulunbuy.
Here's Martin.
And they'd never actually broadcast a game before, Charlie. Their first game was Essendon and Richmond. How's that?
That's amazing, that. It's a good story. I wonder, do you reckon they'd ever get to a point? That's a good shot. He's got into that. You see, he likes this sort of bowling. That's a six, and that's a big six.
Big shot. Good way to get your confidence back, Charlie.
Jalen Naganayagam just laid into that.
Have a look.
He doesn't mind that. He's not that comfortable with the pace, but he doesn't mind these spin bowls.
Two steps down the pitch, Charlie, and over for six. Not a bad way to get you.
And it's where he was going, where he was aiming too. He wanted that.
Good batting too, just pushing down for the single.
Yes, I was just wondering whether those young men would ever be able to call cricket.
Yeah, see, cricket's not very big out there, Charlie. No. We'll have to speak to the CEO of Fentech Cricket, Joel Morrison, about that.
Yeah. Might be for next year or something.
No, it's not a bad result from going from calling no footy before. Both the boys have got plenty of charisma.
Yeah.
And a lot of life about them. But going from not calling a game to calling Essendon Richmond, they did an outstanding job, and what a great shot that is.
Oh, that's a glorious off drive
from Sanger.
All the way along the turf. Sanger moves to 10 off 6 balls.
Have a look here. Uses the feet well.
That's a lovely shot.
He got down the pitch.
That's as good as any shot we've seen tonight, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, Charlie.
Don't you love that shot?
Oh, it's beautiful to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, the dancing feet and head over the top of the ball and caress it straight through mid-off for 4.
It's like an art form. It's wonderful to watch.
So what's your role with these young men?
So I manage the sort of digital media and comms and creative media space, Charlie. So it was AFL, super excellent. I went to the AFL back in March and said, Sir Doug Nicholls round, you should, broadcast the game in a First Nations language, which they took to pretty well. But then at the same time, I said, on Yulngu Radio, we should do it.
Yes.
which they jumped on board, and they're definitely eager for more, the AFL, and looking to set the standard in broadcasting sport or AFL in a First Nations language is really special, especially the Yolngu people of Northeast Arnhem Land. #1 sport's footy, and you go into community and watch local footy games. It's more important than AFL.
Worked away, no run there.
I would have put some pace back on here, Charlie, and just tried to keep Naganagam under pressure.
Well, this is Tommy Andrews. He's bowling a bit of spin. Come off the gloves. One's going to be enough, I think.
And for all the pressure that was building on Naganagam, I sort of let him get away with it a bit in a sense, Charlie. I mean, moving to 14 off 15 deliveries, took him a while to get off the mark. So
yeah, the pace. I mean, one more over, I think, from Tremaine could have seen him lose his wicket. But he certainly wasn't comfortable against the pace bowlers.
We're putting Tremaine back on next over. Yeah, so hopefully we're calling another game AFL final in a couple of weeks, Charlie, which would be good.
And how many people speak the language? That's a wicket. That's out.
And it's that man, Naganagam, too, as we've been talking about the last couple of overs. The pressure was definitely building.
Well, we were calling for pace.
We were.
Got him with spin.
Yeah, what do we know, Charlie?
Exposed.
Yeah. No, great bowling there from Andrews. He gets his first wicket too. So, good result for Desert players. Got the early upper hand. 2 for 30.
And that's a good effort from Naganagam, I think, to So he come away with 14 runs, played 15 balls.
Well, yeah, he didn't get off the mark for 4 deliveries, Charlie. So not a bad return in the end. As we
Ryan, did he say Ryan?
Ryan Harvey? What number have we got? So this is where we need the... No, it's close. Ryan Hackney. I'll roll with.
What number is it?
Roll Hackney, number 13.
Oh, yes, it is. Hackney. The reason I couldn't find it, so I was looking on the wrong page.
Yes, I was on the start. I was at Ryan Harvey at one stage.
Good wicket for Andrews. Entrusted with the job, got the wicket.
Ryan Hackney, New South Welshman. Gets off the mark with a single.
How much do you think T20 cricket has done for spin bowling? Seems a lot more spin bowlers see in action now than ever seen before.
Yeah.
I mean, the old style of cricket was pace, medium pace, give the spinners a couple, go back, give the pace bowlers a spell.
We see some nice glove work there from young Max. That's the glue. Didn't quite have the foot up in the air on that occasion. Sanger, and that's the end of the over.
2 for 31. 5th over gone, so we'll have our special guest joining us shortly. So the wickets to 4. Jilk's out to Kerr for 4.
Nick.
1 for 4. And then Nayagam out to Andrews for 14. 1 for 30. 2 for 30, now 2 for 31. And our special guest has joined us. Ronnie Andrews has joined us. Hello, Ronnie. How are you?
Hello, Charlie. How are you going?
Your team's doing pretty well out there.
Yeah, we have. We got a decent total on the board, so you know we're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's a good total. 156 was it par for the day?
Yeah, well, we were looking at sort of anything 140 plus.
Yeah.
So that's what we sort of worked on, and to get that, we're pretty happy with.
And Osaka batted well. Your son.
Yeah, they put on I think 50 plus partnerships, so that's what we asked for from the boys as well. A couple of 50 plus partnerships.
Just pause for a second. Hackney bowls his work around the corner. Osaka bowling, but Hackney worked it around the corner, got a couple. Had to run hard in the end. Target 157, 2 for 33. Ronnie Andrews. So you coach the team. How long have you been coaching them?
Just for basically the 10 weeks in the 365. Yeah, it's been excellent. Yeah, loved it.
Because you have a wonderful coaching story, don't you?
Yeah, I was in India for a bit. So
yeah, we want to talk a little bit about that because India's playing England in the cricket and pulled off a miraculous second test win, which is extraordinary. This has gone for 4 runs. Nice shot.
Yeah, nice shot there from Hackney.
When were you in India?
From 2009 to 2016.
Oh, okay, 7 years. Yeah, all in the same area.
Yeah, I was based in a place called Pune, which is in Maharashtra.
Yeah. And did you meet Sachin Tendulkar at any time?
Well, it was hard to get close to him. There was always a cast of thousands around here.
Yeah.
So I've got a nod here and there.
He's royalty, isn't he?
Yep.
He still is. We'll just stay with this. Osaka bowls down the leg side, flicked away off the hip. Not sure if he got bat on that. Wait for the umpire. Yes, he did get bat on it. So Hackney goes to 9. Sanger is on 11. 2 for 39. Yeah, there it is. Definite bat on it. So just for our listeners, how different is cricket in India to how it is in Australia? I mean, in terms of the spectators and the passion and all those things.
Oh, they love it.
Yeah.
You know, they sort of start playing cricket at a very young age, and they, you know, they're playing 3 and 4 day games by the time they're 13 or 14. So they, you know, they're all over it really. They love it, and it's just cricket everywhere you look. So it was a great experience, you know, to be part of that, and you know, they love the game, and they're very good at it as well.
They certainly are. That was a miraculous win against England in that second test, where the tail enders got runs that England didn't expect that they would. Bumrah, I think it's an average of 2, made a fair big score and got them in a position where they could win it. The ball straight through. That was very quick bowling. 2 for 39. Would you go back again, Ronnie?
Not at the moment, Charlie, with all the COVID over there. I think this is the best place to be at the moment.
When times are good, would you go back?
Oh, look, I think I'd like to go back and catch up with a lot of the friends I made over there. You know,
and you must have, when you're that 9 years over there.
Yeah, 7. Yeah,
7 years.
That was probably enough in the end.
Yeah. Full toss, worked around the corner. Bowler's looking at the umpire. 4 runs. What's he questioning, whether he tried to play a shot or not? Maybe.
He hit it, didn't he?
Got 4. 2 for 44. What's your memories from over there?
I think we made the semi-final, the Ranji Trophy. I think that was a big experience for me, because I hadn't played in the semi-final since 1946 or something. So, you know.
Were you a playing coach?
No, I was just the coach.
Just a coach?
No, but just Maharashtra hadn't made the Ranji semi-finals.
Right.
Or finals for a very long time. So it was sort of a buzz around that, and people everywhere, and it was a great experience, although we lost.
Did they have tourists would have come, I mean, touring teams would have come to India while you were there? Did you get along to watch any of the matches?
Not really, because the cricket's so full on there. You know, it's basically 6 months cricket, and most of that time you're on the road travelling around the sort of the 29 states in India. So there's a lot of travelling involved in buses, trains, planes, you know, anything you can imagine.
And women's cricket, how's that going in India?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it's starting to be recognised a bit more now, and you know, not just the blokes play it, but there's a lot of females who play it as well, and they're pretty good at it as well.
I think they played Australia in the World, was it the T20 World Cup final?
I think they did, yeah. I think they've got a series coming up against them, actually.
So women's cricket's, what's your thoughts on women's cricket? Do you like where it's
I think it's a great
going,
yeah,
why it's happening?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good thing to get them all involved, and, you know, especially Australia, they're playing, the women have been playing it. Cricket in Australia for a very long time, so you know, they're very good at it. They've got high skill level.
Yeah, some real talent in the Australian team, isn't there?
Elise Perry and those players are amazing, great cricketers. Here for I think another run. Rip the return in. 2 for 44 in the 6th over. So they're going along okay.
They are.
8 runs and over. Eight runs and over is pretty good. And the men were struggling a bit. They found it pretty hard against the West Indies. And
yeah, I just think all the issues in Australia with the COVID and, you know, training and playing other teams, you know, they sort of, you can get locked down for a fair bit, and I think that's probably affected them a bit.
The same for everyone, though, isn't it? Really? The same.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of countries have opened up a bit more than us, and sort of, you know, got their vaccination rates up, and open them up a bit, where we're sort of not at that stage yet, I don't think.
Yeah, you sort of see over in like the USA, and you think, you know, that was a bit of a basket case when it all happened, but then you see footage of people that, you know, out and about, and well, essentially just about play on back to normal sort of thing.
Yeah, well,
so
I think you've got to learn to live with it, I think. Get vaccinated for a start, I think.
Okay. That's a start, isn't it?
Blacksall Hill bowling here. Sanger on 12 facing. Works this off his hip. Make it 2. Pretty good running.
Great running.
6.4 overs, 2 for 48. They're on track. Target 157. And what do you make of this strike series?
Oh, it's excellent. I've loved every minute of it. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for players to come down south and play in it, and plus the local blokes as well who sort of learned from those experienced interstaters. I think it's a great thing. It's got a big future, I think.
So, and what's the makeup of your team? I mean, how many of those are visiting players?
There'd be probably half a more, 7 or 8 from interstate, and the rest to be NT blokes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so they would learn. There's a good shot, diving effort. So it went to the boundary instead.
Got some good bats at the crease, these two, so need one of these blokes out, I think.
That's a good shot, isn't it? Straight through the covers, all along the carpet.
Yeah, I think Hackney's first delivery was a 4, just looked straight in.
Sanger's doing the damage, isn't he? 18 from 12. So, Ronnie, how long since you've played?
Oh, gee.
You played in Darwin, didn't you?
Yeah, I did play in Darwin. 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, I gave it up and then sort of followed the coaching route.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
So what are you doing now? Just coaching here?
Yeah, well, basically, I hadn't done anything since I'd come back from India. I was a bit fatigued.
Yeah.
And I just had a break, and then I got involved in this. And yeah, no, it's good to be back.
Enjoying
I was a bit
it?
rusted to start with. No, very happy to be back. Yeah, it's good.
And did you come back here pre-COVID running?
Yep.
Yeah.
COVID's just thrown everything.
I think I would have
disarray.
still been there, mate.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to get out of
Yeah, it
here.
is,
I think.
isn't it?
Yeah. No, I've actually been thinking about that. That would have been a nightmare.
So the T20 World Cup coming up for Australia, they've got a pretty tough assignment. How are they going to go?
I think Australia generally lift in World Cups, and
We've never won the T20.
no, we haven't. I
don't think.
saw that the other day.
I think we've had a few goes.
I think they've got the team to do it, and we'll just see how they go, I suppose. There's pretty good T20 teams around the world.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can answer this, but there's issues being raised about the coach and the management and all those things. Is that just happens anyway? There's not necessarily anything wrong.
No, I think it just goes with it. I don't know.
Part of what happens.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah. Certainly Matthew Hayden's come out
I saw that
in support of Justin Langer.
Yeah,
I think as a coach, you basically got to, it's about man management, and you've got to get the players in the best frame of mind to play.
Yeah.
And that's what, especially at that level. I don't think you have to teach them too many skills. It's all about just preparing them to play and just manage with them.
Yeah.
To get the best out of them.
I want to ask you, the English were holding up a sign which was in code to the captain. What did you think of that?
No idea. What sort of code was it?
Well,
Roman numerals.
It was written in code, yeah.
Okay.
It said something, it had a message in a code.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably got their own code, I'd say.
But is it a fair thing to do?
Well, you could always run a message out there with a change of gloves, couldn't you? Yeah, I don't know.
And what's the difference between the coach's role and the captain's role? Yours is all off field.
Basically, I just let the captain do his job on the field.
Yeah.
I just set out a game plan and what we want to do and targets and that stuff, and then give them feedback on that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, mate. Well, lovely to talk to you. Thanks for giving us some time.
No, pleasure,
for dropping in to see us.
No worries. Thanks,
all the
mate.
best. Good to see you back in Darwin.
Yep. Thanks.
Ronnie Andrews with us. Big stint over in India. He's come back.
What a story.
Doing it here. Good story. Nice to have him on our show. 2 for 53 now, 7.3 overs. Target 157. Sanger's on 18. Hackney on 15. Osmond Corby is going to be bowling. He's bowled 4 balls of this over. Now they're readjusting the field and they're sending him out towards the boundary. They've sent him out.
Some short zingers coming up. Charlie. Let's see.
Maxie doing a good job there behind the stumps.
Yeah, he is tonight. He's in good touch, young fella. I think Corby plays for Palmerston right fast medium bowler. Plays Sydney grade cricket, so a fairly good standard of cricket. Well bowled, took a bit of pace off that too. Did Corby.
Keeper's working hard back there. Here's a replay of it. Fielding. So Sanger's on 18, Hackney on 15. There's a good partnership here.
Yeah, it is. They got off to a bit of a worrying start, Charlie, Northern Tide to this innings, but they've certainly pinged it back, and that's, 103 off 72. It's definitely doable.
These two are really important to it. Sanger on strike. Facing Andrews. Son of
Ronnie Andrews.
Son of Ronnie.
We didn't even rev him up about coaching his son. His son's had a good game so far. He's got a wicket. He was fantastic at the crease earlier with the bat.
That's interesting, isn't it? You don't see it as much in high-level cricket, Test cricket or ODIs or anything like that, but the father-son sort of thing.
Yeah.
You see it in Aussie rules.
Yeah.
Other sport, not so
you
much
do,
in
don't
cricket.
you, Charlie? You see it, yeah, especially in Aussie rules. I'll take.
Although I think McDermott had a son that was.
Yeah, he
cricket.
did too. Yeah, he did. Craig McDermott, was it?
Yeah.
Craig? Yeah. Yeah, but you definitely see it in the AFL. I mean, geez, there's some names coming through. I think in this draft, Charlie, and over the next 2 years, there's some Wanganines starting to float around, and plenty of big names. There's some big names. I think Luke Darcy's son, he's over 2 metres, a ruckman.
Yeah.
From the Western Bulldogs. Apparently he'll go, in the top 10 as a ruckman.
So Hackney doing pretty well out here. This is Sanger.
Yeah, Tommy Andrews is bowling well. That's for sure. He's doing it with the bat and with the ball tonight.
Sanger sends this around the corner. Sweep shot. It's a good one too. Out to deep backward square leg, and they run a single. Tommy Andrews getting some encouragement.
That's the overdone.
2 for 57. Required run rate 9.09 now, Nick.
Yeah, it's starting to creep up, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was good bowling then. Trend from Tommy Andrews. Just the 3 runs off it, Charlie. So he's doing extremely well. You see Hamish Martin come into the attack. Left arm spinner. NT local he is. Played for NT Strike in the top end series. Was a handy rugby player too, Charlie.
Was he?
Yeah.
Locally?
Yeah. My word.
Well, he's got that rugby look about him.
He does.
You don't often see that, do you? I mean, how often would you see someone plays rugby and cricket?
Yeah.
It's a rarity.
It is, isn't it?
But, I've got to tell you, his approach to the game is, can we say, somewhat aggressive?
Yes. I'd like to say so.
Yeah, it's nothing timid about him.
No.
He's on the attack.
No. He'll be into it.
He wants a wicket.
Yeah, he's going to let rip.
He's the most aggressive looking spin bowler I've seen for a long time. Normally they're just gentle.
I might say ever, Charlie. He's got that Glenn Archer vibe, the barrel chest. Here we go. What's he going to do? He's really tossed that one up.
Tossed it up. Got a bit of turn too when it hit.
Just turned around the corner for a single there.
So Martin, none for 13 or none for 14. 3 balls left in this over.
Only 8 from 63, Charlie, so it's definitely doable. To see how it unfolds over the next few overs. Tossed up again and put away.
I was just going to say they'll need a flurry in a hurry, and there it came.
There we go.
Bang. Almost a 6. It's a good hit.
Beautiful shot. We'll have a look at the replay in a sec. Here it comes. And uses the feet nicely. And hits that over mid-wicket wonderfully. We'll push for 2. No, just a single.
He's almost, Hamish Martin's almost medium pace, isn't he? Really? He's not the gentle looping spinner. I think he could fire in a nasty little Yorker.
Yeah, he's probably throwing those. He's thrown a few up, but let's see what he throws up now.
Oh, that was a good ball. Terrific ball. Hackney had no idea really on how to get to that.
Nice way to finish the over too. Geez, there was a lot of turn in that, Charlie.
Two for 64 after 10 overs, so 6.4 has been the run rate. They need to get it up to 9 to win it, 9 and a bit.
So yeah, not a bad over. A couple of dot balls, 7 runs off that last over from Martin. So as Chris Tremaine comes back into the attack, see what he can. It's probably a good call, Charlie. Need to put the brakes on a bit.
Yeah, that's probably why they just bowled him the one over. He's way back there in the distance. You can hardly see him from here.
Yeah, I know. It's bloody hard, isn't it?
A long way off in the distance. Look at him. He's got a terrific run up. Made that square around the wicket.
Oh, Maxie's gone down.
Maxie's down.
And he's cooked too. It's like he was on a banana lounge then.
Yes, so big Chris Tremaine. Hackney on strike. Two for 65. We're in the 11th over. Oh, that was a curler, wasn't it? That was just a magnificent delivery.
And you can see that the class come through there, Charlie, can't you? Like, you're really going to pull the brakes on. 92 off 58, so good time to bring Tremaine in. He's only bowled the one over, so they've definitely, Desert Players have got him up their sleeve when they need him to come and produce, you know, bowling, quality bowling, fast bowling like this.
Love his run up. It's perfect.
Oof.
There it is again.
There's another one.
Ball, and he has a smile at him. He's pitching on leg stump, and it's cutting right across him.
It's unreal.
Have a look at this on replay.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Coming right across his body.
And about waist high.
Good luck putting that away. Required run rate now 9.68, so a bit of work to do here for Northern Tide. Hackney and Sanger.
So Tremaine again. Managed to get some bat on this one.
Another dot ball.
Martin.
And the pressure builds again, Charlie.
Just a single off that. Did they get a single? They did. Hackney's on. Did they get a single?
I think they got a single the first delivery.
Yeah.
It's been 2 dot balls sent, so definitely building that pressure nicely. It's Chris Tremaine.
None for 4. You just have to stray a little bit and bats can get hold of it, can't they?
Yeah, that's right.
So I reckon Tremaine's about your height, Nick. Isn't he? Did you stand near him?
No, I haven't. I'm 194 centimetres.
No, he mightn't be quite that.
Maybe I should have been an aggressive fast bowler, Charlie.
You should have been. That was a good shot.
Yeah,
Pull that around the
nicely.
corner from where it was.
Another single. And the over, just a 3 off it.
Well, they saw him off, but it'd probably be a tie for that over.
Yeah, fair call, Charlie.
They got 3 and he got some good balls past them.
Cried run rate creeping up to 10 now, Charlie. You can see how quickly that run rate can climb too when you get a good quality over in like from Chris Tremaine just did. So
that would be his job, wouldn't it? Say, well, you've got to put the brakes on, bowl 1 over, then put the brakes on if we have to get it on.
And you know what? If he's not getting wickets either, Charlie, at least he's putting the brakes on.
Yeah.
That just builds more and more scoreboard pressure on the opposing team, doesn't it?
Could lend towards wickets anyway in the end. When you have to go for the runs. 2 for 67. Target 157. So they're 90 runs.
Got him.
Bowled him. Absolutely bowled him.
Straight through, Corby.
Good delivery. Got the inside edge.
And big wicket too,
Sanger's
Charlie.
on his way.
Massive wicket and great bowling here from Corby, as you can see on the replay. Has pitched outside off and cut back in and got him middle stump. So brilliant, brilliant delivery there from Corby. And Northern Tide lose that wicket.
Just misjudged it, I think. Sanger, he batted well, 28 runs from 23. He saw off the attacking fast bowlers at the start of the innings.
As Naqvi comes to the crease, Charlie.
Ryan Hackney.
Tracy Village, top order batsman usually.
So he got wickets, didn't he, Naqvi?
Yeah, he did. It's one of those bloody all-rounders we were talking about.
Yeah. Well, he got the 1 really, 1 for 26 off his 4 overs, but he bowled okay. So he joins. So you got Hackney and Naqvi together.
Yeah, geez, we're going to enjoy that. 3 for 67. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back from this Northern Tide, see what they do.
So this is Naqvi. Played all around that. It went between bat, closer to the inside of the bat than it was to the pad.
That's right.
But he played all around it. So Corby with the wicket of Sanger, which was a handy one. 28 runs he made. And he looked well settled until Corby got him. That's a good shot. Worked it out on that offside through the 2 close in fielders. 3 for a single.
He played that well off his back foot. Good way to get off the mark. Brings Hackney back on strike.
I do like the sound of cricket. You know, the ball striking the bat.
Yeah, you might be able to hear at home. There's some fellas in the nets having a hit to our left, Charlie.
Yeah.
This is
great facilities here, isn't it?
Oh, it's unreal.
Speaking of the sounds of cricket, I was in Alice Springs once, and there was an old man from the bush, Yami Lester, was there, and he was blind and would go along to sporting events and just listen.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Listen to the footy. You go and sit on the boundary and
really
smell the liniment. And I went and had a chat to him, and he was telling me how much he enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's plenty of sounds you can hear, that's for sure.
Well, I'm thinking, oh, there's a big shot round the corner, and he's going to be caught.
Oh,
That's
what a catch. Jeez, that was a good catch, Charlie.
Super catch.
Almost on the half volley, just managed to get his hands underneath it, and another big wicket. Hackney gone. 18 off 23. As we have a look at the replay here, goes the pull shot, and have a look at that catch. That's a very nice catch, Charlie, at this level. Extraordinary.
It was just dropping, wasn't it? Right in front, and he just had to get right down to his bootlaces to get his fingers underneath it.
Yeah.
Took a good catch.
My word.
Catches win matches. Always talk that. It's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 4 wickets down now. Corby's got 2. Andrew's got 1. Kerr's got 1. So we're expecting Lockie Bangs might come in. That's on the list we've got.
I think it does. Looks like he's got the, yeah, it is Lockie Bangs. That sort of mullet that's flying out of the helmet.
It was just that catch. Saw it again there.
That was the first. Oh, it was the previous wicket, sorry.
So here's Bangs.
That was a nice shot from earlier. Back to the action.
Yeah, it is Bangs out there. McVie. Just the 1 run from 2 deliveries. Jumped as he played that one. Put it away on the onside. Good running too, got through for a couple.
Yeah, interesting time now, Charlie. 2 new batsmen at the crease. They'll be looking to put that pressure on. End of the Corby over, and a successful one with the wicket, and the big wicket too that it was. Interesting to see if they bring Big Tremaine back on, which I think no.
So we've gone through 12 overs. So 8 to go, 157 the target. Score is 70. So 87 to get. So they're not even halfway, and they've chewed up 12 of the 20 overs. Lockie Bangs, number 5 there. You can see him at the non-strikers. Oh no, he's at the striking end. Ball pitched outside the leg stump, worked it around on the onside, out to mid-wicket for a single. So Bangs off the mark. Here's the shot, it was a good one. Fielder came in off the rope. So Nakvi is on 3. Target 157. 4 for 71. Need to hurry on. Got that straight down to mid-off. Fielder down there.
Yeah, nice delivery. It's the 2 singles off the over so far. As you can see there on the screen, 85 from 46 required now from Northern.
Looks difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, pushing it uphill now, Charlie.
It's an amazing thing about cricket. You can exert the pressure on. You can put it on, take it off, put it on. You can control the flow of the game, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely you can. And I mean, all it takes is, you know, 1 or 2 big overs, and their Northern Tide could, you know, well and truly be back in the game. So.
Yeah.
4 for 73. 4 for 75 now. They've interesting time.
So Blackshaw Hill, he's in his 2nd over.
He's bowled well. Good glove work there again from Maxi.
He's repairing the stumps. Max, that's not your job.
Come on, Max. Come on, Max. Get that. Make that umpire work for it.
Didn't look as though he's going to play the shot up the mid-off, but that's where it went.
There's the over.
It's 13 overs gone, 4 for 76. 81 from 42 balls required. McVie's on 7, bangs on a couple.
Six off that last over from Blacksall L. He's coming into the attack now as we try and figure that one out.
Looking forward to the Ashes.
Yeah, I am.
Haven't really. That hasn't all been locked in yet. There's still some conjecture around whether the English team will tour. Some of them, some of the players saying they're not prepared to travel unless their family comes with them, which I can understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shot around square leg for a single.
Yeah, this new world we live in, Charlie, at the moment, there's a lot of the... I really feel for some of the, professional sportsmen that sometimes just have to drop everything and get on the road and leave their family behind. And, some of those families, they've got young families and young kids and, families are locked up in, down in Melbourne or, a young mum with herself with 2 young kids happens a lot.
No chance of a run out. Not really. Yes, but I suppose being a professional cricketer, that's the world you live in. That's what you do. That's what you do for a living. It pays well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't think families should be allowed to tour with them or anything like that, but I'm just saying the work requires that you travel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a different, obviously a different world we live in now with, restrictions and lockdown. If you've got a wife and a young child at home and, people can't come around and help out. And it's
there's all of that, isn't it,
there
to be considered.
Very, very stressful. As it is for everyone, though, It's, I got caught down in Melbourne lockdown last month and I hadn't done it yet, and it's winter as well, and you're locked down. It's not great.
How long were you locked down for?
Just the week it was, which was not too bad. I mean, we just did a 3-day lockdown up here, but I mean the difference with up here, Charlie, as you'd know, the weather's great, and you can still work from home. It gets hot at lunch, and you're in the we're in the pool. And but when you throw winter into the mix, I think it's a totally different story.
Yeah, it's a tough gig, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel for the people in New South Wales. If you're watching us and you're in lockdown, our thoughts are with you. Hope that all sorts itself out. And do the right thing. You can certainly make the lockdown shorter.
He's a good over here.
Sanakbi on strike. He's on 9.
4 runs off the over so far, Charlie, so good bowling here from Corby.
2 for 8. He's got 1 more ball in this over.
Yeah, pretty good return.
He's got 2 for 8, hasn't he? Yeah, that's right, 2. That's good figures.
He's gone after it. There's a man underneath it. It's just going to clear him and
catch it.
6. Nice
Big
shot.
6, yeah. Well, this might be the charge we're waiting for.
McVie rocking back there and just flicking it around the corner, as we can see here in the replay.
Out of the bowlers we've seen in tandem, or the 4 of them bowling, you wouldn't have expected Corby to hit for a 6.
No way. And you know what? His figures are still great. 2 for 14 after 3.
Yeah.
That's not to be sneezed at T20 cricket.
Yeah, they're good figures. Less than 5 and over is good. Get a couple of wickets. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good sport coming up, Charlie. Absolutely. There's plenty happening. The Olympics was great. It actually worked out good when I was in lockdown in Melbourne because the Olympics was on. It was something,
That's
something
right,
to
watch.
do.
Yeah, well, same with us here.
Yeah.
We got a bit. We got the tail end of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
I was thinking this is all right.
Yeah, it's not bad. I can get used to this.
Could someone peel some grapes for me, please?
Yeah, we'll take that. Kerr back into the attack now. 1 for 13 after
good,
2 overs.
2.
Nicely worked off the pads there from Bangs.
It was interesting talking to Ronnie Andrews about the English side holding up signs to the captain.
Yeah.
He didn't want to. He didn't want to.
No,
he didn't want to have a discussion about it.
He didn't give us much, did he?
No.
Up in the air, gone.
Oh, good catch.
How lucky Bangs goes.
Bangs goes bang and Bangs goes.
Bang, bang, bang.
Out for 6. He faced 6 balls and he made 6 runs.
Now look at this replay. Nice delivery here from Kerr. He's bowling well. That was another good delivery. Straight down the throat there. So I think it was required run rate climbing up to just about 12 now. So really getting hard here now for Northern Tide.
Yeah.
Pull this one back in as we see Anthony Adlam come out onto the field. But
No, was it Adlam they were hitting the big 6s at?
it was, yeah. He just kept, he misjudged 2 of them.
Misjudged both of them.
Yeah, that's
There
right.
he is.
So 5 for 156. Sorry, was the Desert Blaze. 4 for 88. Northern Tide, so in big trouble. Sorry, 5 for 88.
5 for 88, yeah. So Kerr's got a couple, Corby's got a couple, and Andrew's got 1. And here's Kerr. Can he get 3? Nearly. Adlam having a good look around. Now he settles. Stand and deliver. Punches it out to the boundary, but it didn't go over the rope. 1 bounce, fielded. Return back in. But he wasn't going to have Kerr dictating to him. Adlam.
Oh, that was Narqui, I think. I think Adlam's on. He's come on to strike
okay.
now, has he? Can't say that's not. Yeah, he has. Yeah, so Adlam to face his first delivery
Here's
here from
Adlam,
Kerr.
yes. You've seen that shot played quite a bit tonight, haven't you? That close to the body, just working
just worked
around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's there, just pop it down for a single. As we see here on the replay, just say it flicked around
There
the
it
corner.
is. Naqvi. Upish.
Here's another one.
And caught.
So Naqvi gone on 16. And
Might have been Brasher that took the catch.
you see if we can see that number there. 11 or 17 maybe, Charlie.
16 off 11. 5 for 90.
So really under pressure now here, Northern Tide, as we see Austin Upperston come out on the field. He was handy with the ball earlier in the piece. Of course, played at Waratah locally in Port Adelaide. Made 100 in local Darwin club cricket, so pretty handy with the bat.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do here, if he can pull him out of trouble. They're definitely in it, Charlie. 67 off 32 balls.
Needs a cameo, a big cameo.
What do you do here, Charlie? Do you start just flicking the bat around, throwing the bat at everything?
Yeah, they tend to not do that unless they're close. They'd rather see it out. Delivery from Kerr.
We'll hear the Darwin Gun Club go off.
Yeah, what was that?
Sounds like it. That's the cricket.
Clay target shooting.
I thought, it sounds like it, doesn't it? But it's
No,
the
really
boys
not.
over to our left in the net still going at it.
Oh, okay. So Adlam and Umberson here together.
Tommy Andrews back into the mix. It's been good tonight. Son of the coach Ronnie we had on earlier, a great man.
So Umberson faces up, works us around the corner. Off for a single. Because the games tend to peter out, don't they? You don't get the fireworks.
6 for 90 into the 15th over. 6 for 91, sorry. That score just updates.
So they could feasibly get 120. Which is not, wouldn't be a bad result for them.
No.
They're chasing 157, but to get within 37 runs wouldn't be such a bad outcome.
No, and we were talking earlier, Charlie, about hitting that 130 to 140 mark's not a bad get, probably around par, but just tonight, Desert Players were good enough to set a target of 157.
Yeah, they did bat well though. That was a good innings.
Yeah, they did.
So Andrews again comes on. 1 for 8 he has off a couple of overs. Tosses this one up, worked off the pads. Out to mid-wicket for a single.
So 3 deliveries bowled this over, 3 runs scored. That one really tossed up. Just another single.
So I've always, when I've watched cricket, I've always thought, you know, you can get a high score, you can get a reasonable score, and my view was always clouded by a game that I played in Darwin many, many years ago when we were all out for 13. The team was out for 13. So any score, I think's not too bad. Get to 20, that's going all right.
What do you class as the 13 into, Charlie?
What happened?
What do you class that as? Just a really bad score, or
Yeah, no, that's
really poor?
Well, I opened the batting and I snicked the first one for 4. So, and then I got out, and then so the rest of them got 9.
Yeah, great. Oh, well, it's fair to say you'd have had sore shoulders carrying that team, Charlie, with your 4.
And I'm not sure if that pitch is still there. It's the Rapid Creek Primary School.
Yep.
But I'll have to go and have a look tomorrow, actually, see if the pitch is still there.
Yeah. Here we go. Chris Tremaine back into the attack. Might want to
They've used him sparingly, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
But with good effect.
Absolutely.
Didn't he stem the... We talked about it before, how he stopped the run, stemmed the flow.
Yeah, my word, Charlie, he's... and that's what we're talking about, you know, if you're not getting wickets, it doesn't matter because you really bring it, you know, you're pushing their run rate up and really sort of bringing him to a halt in effect while you're bowling. So let's see what he can do here.
It was an unusual shot, but he got it away. But I wonder if Anthony Adlam is any relation to Nigel Adlam. Used to be a journalist for the local newspapers, now freelancers.
Yeah, right.
You'd say so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Town with a population as small as ours, if you... A bit of courage goes down the wicket.
This is 2 runs so far off this over, so Tremaine keeping that pressure high.
I like his action, Tremaine. I like his approach to the wicket. I think it looks very much like a good international fast bowler.
That's a wide.
Wide. So we're at the AXC Arena in Darwin, out at Marara, alongside the airport. If you've been to Darwin before, we're between the airport and the TIO football stadium. Tremaine bowls. Shortish,
Beautiful shot.
Hit away out through the covers for 4. That's a good shot. I wasn't sure where that went, Nick.
No.
And I could see all of a sudden the rope was
Yeah.
the rope was
Coming
in the
pretty
frame.
quick.
Yeah.
It was. We have a look here, Charlie. Just rocks back on that back foot. It was a beautiful shot too. No.
Hit it well.
Sort of ended up a bit crowded around himself, and Humperston good enough to get that, flick that over the top for 4. So 6 for 102 with 3.5 overs left.
Come on, Big Chris. Fire a couple in. They're playing him with a horizontal bat, aren't they? Which is stepping away and playing with that horizontal.
Look here again. Yeah, you're right, Charlie. You're sort of chasing the batter too, Tremaine. So with the ball, so it's good, definitely good bowling.
So Umberston on 8, Adlam's on 4. Umberston on strike, facing Tremaine. Bowls outside the off stump. And with that horizontal bat, hits it out for boundary again. Well,
another 4. So good batting here from Umberston. See,
is he a local? Did you say he was a local?
Yeah.
Umberston. Because they're not being intimidated by big fast bowlers.
No, definitely not. Yeah,
Australia.
Waratah and Port Adelaide.
Okay. This is Umberston here batting. 12 from 8, facing Tremaine.
Gone bang straight back over his head. It's the 3rd for this over off Tremaine. Umberston's.
I was interviewing Greg Chappell a couple of weeks ago, and I said to him that the interview was around what was his favourite shot. What shot did he think he played better than any others? And there were callers that rung in and said, you know, his pull shots were fantastic, but the common thought was he flicked it off his pads and off his hip.
Yeah.
And so I asked him about that, and he said he actually learnt to play that shot when he was a young boy playing cricket in the backyard with his brother Ian.
Oh, really?
And there was a couple of fruit trees, and his dad would come out and say, if you hit the ball into the fruit tree, you're not allowed to play anymore. So he perfected it to miss the fruit tree.
Really?
Yeah, so he'd flick it so it didn't hit the fruit tree. And he said that when he was playing at international level, one of the captains come and said, where do you learn to play that shot? Like, it's an incredible shot. But he said the shot that he thought was his best shot was the one that we just saw, hit it back past the bowler.
Straight over, yeah. Yeah, my word, he could.
There it is again.
Yeah, straight away. Adlam on this occasion.
So they're not being intimidated, are they?
No.
The Northern Tide. They weren't expected to win this match, but they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they are, Charlie. And this is sort of saw in the previous over. Umpiston really took it to Tremaine, and now Adlam is getting on the front foot with Kurt. Let's see what he can do here.
He's there again. He's belted that. He's going to be caught.
Just a single that time.
Ball comes back in. There's the shot again. Oh, they're changing the side screen. Oh, he's going to go change the angle.
So Kerr's been good tonight with the ball. 3 for 22.
They're good figures, you know. 3 wickets. Normally 2 is what people get.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was a beautiful shot.
That
flicked around the corner.
Wasn't it? Flicked around off his pads.
Another 4. So this time Umpiston getting back into the action.
That's the old-fashioned leg glance.
38 for 15, Charlie.
Well, it's not beyond them.
No, it's not.
They keep going the way they're going.
The way they're playing, they're getting onto them. Tommy Andrews has some thinking to do over the space of the next 2.5 hours. We just thinking, let's just get through this one with Kerr first.
So Kerr runs wide of the crease and bowls. He hits the square of the wicket. Oof. Had to hurry through. Got there though. Picked up the single. So Umpiston to 21.
So required run rate's almost 16. 4 deliveries gone. They've got 10 so far this over, Charlie.
But it looks more gettable when you look at the runs that you need, don't you? When you think required run rate nearly 16. Wow.
Yeah.
That's 4 4s and an over, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, wide of the stumps, hit out towards the boundary.
Well, bowler just kept into a single there, so 11 off the over so far, with 1 delivery to come. It's been a good over here from Northern Tide. Umpiston's really up the ante, 21 off 11.
So he's getting some counsel at the moment, the bowler.
Nice shot for back foot, scramble through for a single. Won't get an overthrow here, no. Umpiston tells Adlam to go back.
I was thinking of that World Cup that England won recently, you know, when they got they had to do the super over at the end, and the
That's right.
ball hit the bat and went for an extra 4. 35 to win from 12 balls, 2 overs. I think the best you can get from 2 overs, it's going to be 12 maybe. So you might get halfway there. So So Tommy Andrews back into the attack. Bowling from the TIO Stadium end.
1 for 11 off his 3 overs. Charlie, been an impressive night from the captain.
This will be his last over. What can he do with it? Work square of the wicket. Just a single. So Umberston on 22, Adlam on 10. Andrews 1 for 12 from 3 overs. Now he's ready. Starts to come in. Left arm bowler. Bowled him.
Stumped it was, I think.
Was it stumped?
Yeah, it looks stumped. Danced down the wicket.
How quick was that?
Maxie had glue, did well. At the wicket of Adlam. So we have a look at this replay here, Charlie. You'll see the...
Gee, that was quick.
Quick hands, young Maxie boy.
We need that camera from the other angle.
Yeah, yeah.
So Andrews gets another wicket. Adlam out for 10 off 8. 6 for 123.
.34 off 11 needed here for the Northern Tide for victory, which is probably beyond them now. Late on here in the piece.
1-6 would make it interesting, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
2-6 would make it even. 2 6s would make it even more interesting.
My word.
There's 10 balls to come. That's beat
Nice
the fielder.
shot.
That's 4. Or is that
way to get off the mark? Oh, no, that was a replay, was it?
Here he is, Andrews. Going for the reverse sweep. Went the other way.
Oh! I got him. Jeez, well done by Max. Hats the glue.
Hatzer did it. Oh, my gosh.
What a great effort from that young man.
He's got a stumping and then he's got a run out.
He's doing it all. It's almost best on ground for mine, Charlie.
Yeah.
As we have a look here. Gone reverse sweep.
So it all went wrong from there.
Yeah, he had his bat in the air too and gone.
He was looking back. Umberston.
Umberston, nice cameo towards the end. 23 off 13. Not to be sneezed at.
That's a good score, isn't it?
Yeah.
23 from 13.
Threw the bat around. And gave him a bit of a chance in the end, Charlie. We started questioning whether we made our minds up too soon.
So the incoming batsman could be Wilson Ryan, is it?
Yeah, they're throwing the bat now.
You might have had to start this charge a little earlier. So 8 down. Good shot. So 2 new batsmen in, Ryan and Hammond. We're in the 19th over. 1 over after this one.
31 needed, Charlie.
It was the 19.
Yeah, it was a tidy over there from Andrews, obviously with that run out, and I think only the 4 or 5 runs off that previous over from Andrews in the end. So more Andrews has been extremely played extremely well tonight. Tremaine comes back into the attack to see out the last over here at the XC Arena.
Kerr's been the pick of the bowlers, hasn't he? He's got 3 wickets, which is good return. Here's Tremaine with the last over.
Yeah, it's been good tonight, Charlie. It's good to get down here, and
it's enjoyable, isn't it?
Yeah,
just
it's
to sit
great.
out
Local
here,
cricket and
good company, watching the cricket.
My word.
Having a talk about it. Listening to all the sounds of cricket. And we did something about the mosquitoes or the sandflies or whatever they were.
Yeah, I've put that much Bushman's on my legs. I can't even feel my legs now. Bit of a misfield there. They'll come back for the second. Chance of a run out. Max. That's a go again, not out.
Gosh, Max is having a big match.
Jeez, he's been everywhere tonight, hasn't he, Charlie?
Man of the match if he gets another one.
Yeah, my word. No, I'll call it. We'll go the early crow. We've gone the early crow and everything else tonight, Charlie. It hasn't worked out some of the time.
So there's no cricket on tomorrow night, but back again on Sunday night.
Back Sunday, yeah.
And I think the semi-finals next Friday, maybe?
Yeah.
And then the
final on the Saturday?
Grand final might be on the following Sunday.
Sunday, sorry, yeah. Pull that up. Yeah, so Sunday, 6 p.m, Northern Tide take on the Southern Storm. So, did you do the Southern Storm last night, Charlie?
Yeah.
How'd they go?
Oh, no, I didn't do the Southern Storm.
Oh, didn't you?
No. I did City Cyclones. And
Tremaine comes in and just worked around for a single.
Yeah, the Storm. Who was the team?
It says Sunday 22nd, Northern Tide and Southern Storm.
All right, yeah. Yeah, we did Southern Storm. They're a pretty good side. Here's Tremaine outside the off stump. In a hurry to get it through. What time is it? 9:10 local time. Maybe the lights are going to go off in 15 minutes.
I think they're prepaid.
Yeah.
And there we go.
That's it.
All over Red Rover.
132, so 8 for 132. Might just get your thoughts on it, Nick. What did you think of the match?
Yeah, it was great. Northern Tide won the. Desert Storm won the toss and sent themselves into bat. So it was a good result here from Desert Blaze. They set the tone with the bat early on in the piece, and it was good partnerships towards the back end of that innings. And well, Northern Tide didn't get off to the best of starts, Charlie. So didn't really help them out in the end. But the late charge before from Umperston, as you can see on the screen there, 23 off 14, and Sanger as well, sort of got them half back into the match, but wasn't enough really, and it was all too little too late. So Desert Blaze, getting the win easy.
So Northern Tide 8 for 132, couldn't get the job done after Desert Blaze put together 156 for the loss of 5 wickets. It was a good game of cricket. I hope you've enjoyed it wherever you've been. We'll be back with more of this on Sunday night, and we'll talk to you then.